was if you're down.
It's okay.
Coming out of the old hairpin. Oh no!
JC's going to send it? You bet he is. Oh, look at the Aston, just with the nice little battle here. Carrying huge speed through the crater curve.
Aston runs wide and he's in the grass.
Oh, there's a bit of contact.
Oh, almost side by side through there. Hello and welcome everyone. This is season 4. It is round 9. It is the final round. It is the ProAm division tonight. We are racing around Imola. It's the Enduro. My name is Nick and I'm once again joined by the one and only Nige Guns. Nige, my man, how are you going tonight, my friend?
Doing a mighty fine, Nick. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm excited. I'm pumped.
Hell yeah.
This is the grand final for the season, so it's always exciting when it's the last one. We've got still a little bit to play for, which is going to be really exciting, and I'm looking forward to another 90 minutes around here tonight. If it can be half as good as last week. We had the epic battle between A River Runs and Vic Chan last week, so we've got our own epic battle brewing with Footner tonight, looking to make a bit of history. Do you want to let us know what that history might be, Nige?
Yeah, so Footner obviously is a ROOZ rookie this season, incredibly, but he is going to actually set a bit of history. If he wins tonight, he's going to go undefeated. He raced M1 in round 1. And cleaned up and has been in ProAm ever since, and there's been a couple of races where a few boys have got close, but no cigar. So that is something. It's definitely going to be a highlight if he does that, because I don't think I've ever been a part of any racing series where someone's actually cleaned up.
I can't say I have either. No, I've been part of.
Yeah.
I've definitely been part of leagues where one plays dominated, but not won every round. So it's going to be new ground for me. He's still got 90 minutes of racing to get it done, though. So let's not count his chickens before they hatch. But
Even if he loses, he's had an awesome season.
He's had he's had an absolute cracking season, considering it's his rookie year. I think I saw in the chat he's worked his work schedule around getting it all sorted so he can race pro next season, because I don't think there's anything left for him to prove in the Pro-Am division. It's going to be Pro Series for him next season. So just touching on the last round, so that was Laguna Seca. So obviously it was that man, Footnut, who took home P1, but it was Big Chopper Dog who took home P2. So that was his third podium of the season, believe it or not. He hadn't raced for the previous 4 rounds before that. So came back with a vengeance after his 11th the week before that. And then in third was Stuart as well. So ROOZ legend, Stu, he took home the final podium position there. Only his second race in the Pro-Am series. So it was 7th the week before and then 3rd last week. So do we have a bit of a smoky in the pack? We're going to find out. This is going to be full of some prizes. Let's have a quick look at the rest of the field there. So it was Pesky 1 for Pagnian Next Level Racing. So it was a Bruce Hale Racing 1-3. Then the P&L boys coming home in P2, P4. Andrali for Gainsman Racing. I think that was one of his best results for the season. 4th in Race 2 at Snedden, so 2nd best for the season. Jambon Sickle as well. So he had a cracking result there. So I think that's the 2nd time he's gotten 6th. This 3rd time he's gotten 6th this season. And everyone's new favourite, the underdog, the Scotsman Haggis. He took home P7 for ICR. So the Hagman, as we've come to know him, his last 3 rounds, so 7th at Laguna Seca, 9th at Monza, 4th at Alton Park. So he's building some nice momentum. Let's see if he can put it all together tonight around 90 minutes of Imola. Then P8 for Bruce Hale Racing again. It's Gaza. That's where he finished there. Metal Steel for ICR. He finished P9. And then Riggsy for GRT. He took home the final place there. Well, 10th position. That is actually the 3rd time he's finished 10th. He's finished 4th twice as well. So we'll see if he can make a hat trick, or even better, go up a couple of spots. That would be good for him. Then just rounding out the field, Kamangu, Cart Dude, Angry Old Fella. Mr. N. Wilson, I think that was his worst finish for the season. It was. He's finished 11th twice. That was his previous worst finish. So 14th, he'll be wanting to go out with a bang tonight. He's definitely capable of getting it all hooked up. We'll just have to see if he can do it. Branchy, Bones Lightning, New Zealand Robbo. So Selby Acoustics Racing, P15 to 17. And then someone awesome. I think he had saw some big damage to that car last round as well. So that was the last round. Let's have a quick look at the championship standings. So here they are now, and it is tight. So Andrali managed to speed it up this week, which is awesome work by him. So this and the previous graphic is brought to you by the one and only Andrali, who's done it every week for us this season. So cannot thank him enough for all of his efforts too. So he's been sensational. And as we can see, the battle there between Vic Chan and a River Runs. So 6 points in the end there between Vic Chan and a River Runs. But it's that man, Footner. He's on 165 points, and Stu Car on 152. So it is tight between those two drivers. But there's a lot of green at the top, Nige. Vic, a River Runs, Footner, and Stu Car. So your boy from ICR, did you speak to him during the week at all, or have a word with him?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've been enjoying the festivities. He's been kicking back and done a bit of prep for the other boys racing tonight. Some setup work, strategy conversations, but thoroughly enjoying the what was obviously a highlight for us as the team this season to see Vic take out his first driver's title.
Yeah, so it's been an absolutely sensational effort for him, and that epic battle. I think that was the battle of the season last week between River and Vic. It was engrossing. It was captivating. It was everything that you want on a league race, pretty much. So great work by those guys. Let's have a look at the all-important team championship as well. So last week, P&L made up some ground. So they had a really super strong finish. And I think that did affect the championship standings quite a lot. So we'll just wait for this to do its thing. Once again, brought to you by Andrali. Very clever man to be able to do all this sort of stuff. It's and there we go. Have a look at that. So on top, we've got BHR on 1,271 points. Then equal with BHR is P&L on 1,271 as well. So you cannot split them at the top. It is absolutely as close as it's going to get. Tonight is going to decide the team's championship. So we've got a lot to play for. We've actually got 17 in the room right now. So that's an awesome effort. It's going to be a full grid as well. Try and maximise those points for both the BHR and P&L boys. After that, it's GRT. So 1,161 compared to 1,148. So even P3 is still up for grabs between GRT and Selby Acoustics Racing. And then your boys, Nige. ICR, mate.
Here it comes.
What's happening? Are you just sandbagging for next season? Is that what the plan is?
Look, the thing that's obvious for me is that the scoreboard is not a really good indicator of my enjoyment and satisfaction this season. So every time I look at it, I go, "Oh, yeah, that's right." that's the bit that really counts. But no, behind the scenes, the boys who have been really doing the work and participating in all the conversations at ICR have had an awesome season, and we lost a couple of along the way, and obviously, to be in contention on the scoreboard, you have to have had 4 in Pro and Pro-Am every week, exactly like the boys at BHR have done, and so their consistency is right up there. But it's been a long season. Certainly on the ICR Discord, it has been a huge amount of fun all season long. So we'll go again next season. Maybe we'll be in contention for another title, but the fun continues.
Yeah, well, look, it's not necessarily all about winning. Winning's nice, but it's that community vibe. Talking with your team members and friends and all that sort of stuff. So, all right, we'll quickly get through this. We do have some special guests tonight as well, which Nige has been lining up in the background. But we'll quickly finish this off. The circuit, Nige. It's 19 turns, 4.9 kilometres. Let's have a quick look at it as we fly over. What are the keys to the circuit tonight, Nige, going around this famous track that you visited yourself?
As a driver tonight, I'd say probably about 150 laps, within the last couple of weeks. That's what you want, so that you've hit every curb the wrong way. If you've gone into some of these really fast chicanes carrying way too much speed, and just probably confidence around here is going to be absolutely crucial. But then you've got whoever gets into a really good rhythm tonight. Quality is going to be very, very important. We know that cars need to be within about a tenth or two of each other to be on a similar race pace. Look, it's just such a great track. Anything to do with Imola always is easy to get me excited about.
Yeah, it's an iconic track. Obviously been in the news the last couple of years with F1's returning, but it's steeped in history. It's what do they say? It's like Ferrari. You can't explain it. You have to be there. You have to feel it. So it has some positive as well as negative experiences there. But overall, that's motor racing, right? So, keys to the circuit as you touched on. That you've hit every corner the wrong way, because there are a lot of corners to hit the wrong way as well. it's definitely littered with the sausage curbs throughout the entire circuit. So, especially corners like Tamburello, Villeneuve, Alta. Making sure that you've got the car set up to ride those curbs, not hitting them too hard and upsetting it. And then the sand on the side of the circuit as well. So, especially around the exit of 4, which is the last part of Tamburello. You got Tosa as well, Ravazza. It is roughly the equivalent of hitting the brake pedal too. So, making sure you're keeping out of there. It's 90 minutes. So, I was talking to Big Les Gaming the other day, and he was talking about they're doing a Enduro tomorrow, and the physical part of it comes into it as well. That people have worked all day. It's 90 minutes. We start a bit earlier, which is good, which is 7 minutes away. But yeah, that sort of that last part of the race is where people might struggle both physically and mentally, just keeping that concentration. So we'll see how we go once we get to that point. All right, what else do we have to go over, Nige? I think that pretty much covers it. Do you want to talk to us a little bit about some of the guests that we're going to be having on the stream tonight for everyone's listening pleasure?
Yeah, we've got a bunch of the guys involved in the running of the league, the Tuesday night comp league. Stopping by. Some are number or pro drivers, some are captains, and we're just going to get them in and have a 5-minute chat with all of them just to get their thoughts on the season. What it's been, because it's it's been a long season. So it's 3.5 months that we have been going, and we had the mid-season break, which obviously gave everyone a refresher. But it's been awesome. So I'm just really curious as to hearing what the standout moments are for those guys.
Yeah, it'll be good to have a different voice in here as well. Hear from some different guys within the league, and some guys behind the scenes as well, who some people may never heard or interacted with in the past. So it'd be a good introduction to them as well. So we're just over 5 minutes away from getting this started. Times we should expect. We've got the fast time at the moment is that man again, Footner, the 1:41.8. Jambon Sickle is up there right now. He's only 3 or just under 4/10 behind. So, what are your predictions for tonight, Nige? What are you thinking? It's going to be hard to top, isn't it? After last week's epic battle that we had between River and Vic.
Yeah. Look, I think the only thing that you could possibly predict tonight would be a Footnar win. Considering the rest of the season that I've seen. Look, you got Jono in the room. He's within half a second already. So if Jono hooks it up, he could easily challenge Footnar. That could be something pretty exciting to watch. Andrelli's got good pace. Look at that, within 8/10. Hagman's up there, Chopper, Pesky, Burra, Cut. Yeah, so there you go. So the top 13 are all within 1.5 seconds, and we're not sure who has done a quali run. If those boys are doing low 42s in the race, that is a very strong pace. Because we saw that last week. Apart from the front two, that 42s, 42 flats, low 42s, that's sensational race pace.
Yeah. It's going to be extremely interesting. Might as well put the screen up. We're just in the pits. We'll have that up. There it is. It's going to be very interesting. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. All right. So I'm not trying to. I'm going to go out on a limb. I've liked Jono Stan. Jono Stan's arrive and drive. Look at that. He's just over 4/10. Obviously, we don't know what sort of spec they're in at the moment. I'm going Jono Stan tonight. Lamborghini, Italy. I think he's in for one. He took home an epic victory earlier in the season. That was at Snetterton, round 2. he took that P1, so it was an epic win from him. I reckon Jono Stan is a chance tonight. He's had decent results. He hasn't raced last week. He's only raced once in the last few weeks, but I think he's a red-hot chance tonight. So that's we've got that on the screen.
Yeah, exactly. And because you're going out on a limb, I will too, just in case Footnar falls by the wayside. And it's hard to imagine after he's just done a 41.6. But I'm going to tip Burra to get up tonight.
There we go.
He is due. I know we say that about a lot of guys, but in terms of the blokes who put the time in, the practice in, work on the setups, work with their teammates to get it drilled. Yeah. He's a great guy, and I think he's got pace tonight. So 1.1 seconds back, but of course, as I said, we don't know what sort of fuel loads. Some of these boys may even have a quali setup to just dial a few more tenths out of it, which of course could be very important. Where you start tonight, you to be in contention for the win and the podium. You really want to be top 6 on the grid, and then the priority is to make it through the first half a lap, and then get into a rhythm, because we've seen what undercuts can do. We've seen what guys that can really manage tyres and go very, very long for their first stint. I expect at least 6 cars to be in contention for the podium tonight.
Well, Burradog is Adman's favourite driver, even more than his dad had, so I'm sure he'll definitely be cheering him on. Adman is doing the AM1 commentary tonight, so good luck to... No, he's doing the AM... He's doing one of the races, AM1 or AM2, I'm not too sure. He's doing one of them, so check it out once you've finished here tonight. I'm definitely going to have a watch and a listen to him once we're all done. But we are just over a minute away from getting qualifying started. Do we maybe want to introduce our guest, Nige? We've got a minute before we start. We might as well get cracking on it. What do you reckon?
Absolutely. So we're going to have Riggsy in first to have a little chat. And Riggsy has been a member of GRT squad this season, rather. And does a lot of work behind the scenes, working with Burra, who's of course the official captain. But Riggsy, we got you on the line. Can you hear us? He's getting there, folks.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah, there you are, dude.
Yay, there we go, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, it's a pleasure. Thanks for coming along.
Hopefully everyone can hear me at home. I had to try and set my broadcast up for the microphone. So if we can get a comment up, that'll be good.
Yeah, I can see you coming up on the sound, so I think you're good.
Sweet.
Yeah, sweet. How's it going, dude?
Yeah, going good, boys. Going good. I'm pumped for this one, man. This is going to be a big one, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big one. Like, any one of those 10 can win it easily. And outside of the 10.
Yeah.
You know? It's a long race.
And what about
sure is.
And what about you? How's your season gone? You've I think you've well, you finished top 10 every time. So, but how would you summarise it?
Oh, mate, this has probably been the hardest season I've had. So I came from pretty good success last season.
Yep.
And everybody stepped up their game this season. Like, you know, I went quicker, and everyone else went faster. So I've had an up and down season. Some my own fault, some not my fault. But all in all, I've enjoyed it. It's been a great season.
Well, that's the thing. We were talking about it earlier with Nige and ICR, but it is, it's winning and losing isn't necessarily the be-all, end-all. It's whether you're enjoying it as well. You've definitely been consistent. You finished 4th twice and 10th twice, so you've definitely had the consistency there. But it's more that camaraderie with your teammates. Would you say would be what you've enjoyed the most?
Definitely building the team. You know, coming into it as Burra's little boss this season, we had our work cut out for us. So it's been a big learning curve, and trying to get the racing on top of that as well. But no, look, my team, I couldn't ask any more of the team this year, like, especially our AM guys. Our AM guys have absolutely stepped up and probably carried us more than the other 2 classes.
Do you want to give them a shout out, your AM guys?
100%, man. I'm not going to throw out names. We've got 14, 15 guys.
Oh, okay, yeah.
all our AM guys, man, we're so proud of you. I'm proud of everyone in the team, you know.
Yeah.
Some of us had mixed seasons, some of us had great seasons. But all in all, we've all banded together and we've really encouraged each other. So, you know, I couldn't ask any more of GRT and the camaraderie shit this season.
Ah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome to hear. That's what the league's all about, isn't it? That camaraderie, hanging out with your mates and, sort of just that connection that you get with other dudes who like sim racing pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Yeah.
I was relatively new to sim racing coming into it. So I didn't know a lot, and I sure as hell didn't expect to meet the people I have and made the friendships and connections that I have in the couple of seasons I've been with ROOZ especially.
Yeah. So you've only been 2 seasons here, is that right? Did I hear that earlier?
2.5.
2.5.
I was thrown into BHR in the middle of the season where they were all developing the BMW.
Okay.
And I'd say BHR from that moment on, when they ditched the Beamer, they haven't looked back.
I think the BMW was probably instrumental to their success following season because it's not an easy car to drive. Nobody had driven it, and the team had to band together and develop it to get anything out of that season. And then because of that, we formed a great tight-knit team, and it showed last season and again this season.
Yeah.
Well, that's what a little bit of adversity can do when you're going through it together. It can really, bond you together, and once you start to get some results out of it, it just makes that all even more fulfilling and rewarding. And as we say that, one of your men, Burrow Dog. So you said he's the little captain. What do you mean by that?
I'm the little captain. He's the face of GRT.
Okay.
And so he went and signed a contract behind my back at the end of last season. And I got the message that said, I'm moving to GRT, no questions. I will be the co-captain. That's how it is. So I couldn't argue with him, mate. He's a good bloke.
Beautiful. All right. Well,
I'm watching him now, actually.
Yeah, he's on a lap now. He's coming through Minerali. He's going to be the Aqua Minerali. Sorry, he's going to be the first driver to set a time for us tonight. So
look, I know he's determined. He has put so many laps in practice for this race. I know his true pace, and his true pace is right up there.
Yeah.
He's just got to string it all together and have the confidence in himself as well to do it.
That's it. A little bit of luck in there always helps as well. And
luck at this track, 90 minutes you need luck.
Yeah, need a little bit of it. Let's see what time he does set. He's just coming around just through Rivarza now. Rivarza 2. Head up on the main straight. 141.8 was the fast time. Well, 141.6. Sorry, was the fast time in practice. What can he start us off with? 143.5. So just working into it. Footnut. He gets cracking straight away. Well, thanks for coming along, Riggsy. We've really appreciated you joining us and giving us some of your time tonight. We're going to get stuck into this one. So once again, thanks for joining us.
No worries, mate. Thanks a lot for having me, guys. I love the work you guys do. You've really picked up this telecast. So
we appreciate
keep
that.
up the good work, boys. And shout out to all the GRT boys. You've had a cracking season. Get this last race out of the way, and we'll try and organise a fun night for us all to get on track.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Thanks, Riggsy. Legend. We'll see you around.
Easy, boys.
See you, mate.
Cheers, dude.
Laters.
Bye.
See ya.
All right, that was our first guest, Nige. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? I enjoyed that. Hearing a little bit.
Yeah, no. Obviously had a bit of behind-the-scenes communications with Burrow and Riggsy this season, and it's all been easy as pie. No complications. Whatever needs to be done, whatever needs to be spoken about, and no, we're lucky to have those two guys running that team because it definitely works best for us with the 5-team situation, 4 sponsors, and obviously the Bruce Hale team. And they've done an awesome job. Probably my vote for livery of the season on the GRT Audis.
I'm going. Well, you know what? It's a close call between ICR and GRT for me. I love the papaya.
I'd like to hear that.
Blue. So I've quite enjoyed it. I think all of the liveries have been really good this season, though. So I haven't really seen a bad one out there. I remember
Yeah, I agree.
the old, what was it, NCR? Oh my goodness. Last season, whew, it felt like they had a different livery every week, and they just got worse and worse. So.
Oh, mate, I'm so glad you brought that up. That's definitely a flash from the past.
Yeah, it was one week it was green, the next week it was purple, and all sorts of different colours, and it was changing throughout the week. And I was like, yeah,
Awesome.
I was like, I don't know who's in charge of it, but starting to question their taste. But they've turned into Selby Q6 Racing, and their livery has been a much more improved version of the old No Chance Racing. So we're all good.
Agreed.
All right, so let's have a look at this. So we've got just over 8.5 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. It is that man once again, Footner, 141.5. He is on top of the timesheets where he spent the majority of his time this season. Only 2 drivers yet to set the time. That's the man on screen, New Zealand Robbo, or NZ Robbo, and Gem HSV, as well as Jono Stan, my pick for the win. Jono Stan, got to get out there, mate. You're in the pits.
Well, Jono's probably having dinner, considering how much time is left.
Plenty of time.
Exactly. The track doesn't rubber up until the last 4 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. It's work smarter, not harder. All right, here's Burrow Dog. So from GRT, he's the big captain. Riggs is the little captain. Let's see what he can do. He's currently in P8 right now. He's a couple seconds off the pace. So I reckon he's got a fair bit left in that car. Let's see how much right now. Hey, P2! So the inside word was from Riggsy. Said that Burrow had put in a boatload of work around this circuit. So it looks like it's started to pay off already. 6/10 is the gap. That's pretty good right now.
Yeah, so we've just had a little bit of a headline drop. There has been an amendment to the championship tables. So this is the official table. Pagnian, P&L, the Banana Boys, they have a 5-point lead coming into tonight over BHR. And then GRT's 115 back and SAR 128. So it's still a 2-horse race, but so in the timing codes, BHR is the prefix 1 and the P&L boys are prefix 2. Okay. So that's how they finished last season, and it'll be a huge effort if the P&L boys can actually get up tonight, because it would have been an incredible comeback for them to pull it off. So definitely the underdogs, but yeah. We'll see what happens at the close of play tonight and in the other rooms as well.
Yeah, so it'll all be it won't all be able to be sorted out tonight. That will be done tomorrow night, I would say. Would that be fair, Nigel? I don't know how it all gets done. I'm just purely speculating right now.
Yeah, the reason why it takes quite a while for us to catch up with the official tables is because of the protests. So anything that has then extended for a little bit more than a week, and just to get the stewards and the moderators together to have those conversations, and then obviously get them printed up by the stat boys. And yeah, so we like to always have it done by the beginning of the race at the latest, and of course that's because that's our deadline. That's normally when it comes through.
Yeah.
Which is cool tonight, because at least now we know what the situation is. And yeah, good luck to all the guys driving green and driving yellow tonight. It's not a small thing to win the team's title, and yeah, it'd be well, I hope they all have really good nights, score a chunk of points for their team.
Yeah, let's hope we get a cracking finish as well. That's the main thing. Speaking of finishing, we're about to finish qualifying in 5 minutes. We're on board with Jono Stan. He's just come through Aqua Minerale. He's going to head up to Alta shortly. I want to check out my pick for the race and how he's doing. How does he get through here? Takes a fair bit of the curb. He can take a little bit more through there, Nige, as we saw last week.
Yeah, it just completely comes down to your setup and how much work you've put into. If you get a little bit of launch just to help clear the sausages, it definitely helps. But you need a suspension that's good for takeoff and landing.
Yes.
and then obviously you need to get the boat pointed in the right direction for takeoff.
All right, let's see what Jono Stan does to start off with. It's all right. He's just warming into it. He's just got to let his dinner settle. All right, and
there you go.
get into it. Here's Angry Old Fella. He's back racing tonight. He's down there in P15 as we're approaching 4 minutes left in the qualifying session for this is the final round of season 4. He'll remain down there in that position. What about Jambon Sickle? He's currently P3. Doesn't improve on his time there. We've got Metal Steel in the ICR Ferrari. He's in P13 right now. He's got Kamangu just up ahead of him. He's got New Zealand Robbo behind him. Still Footner leading from Burrow Dog. Jambon Sickle. And we've got HSV Haggis. Haggis is up there, hey! We haven't talked much about him tonight. So just flying under the radar. Gaza is in there. Cart Dude Pesky. Mr. N. Wilson. So this is a good start to his night. Just building nicely. And Big Chopper Dog. Last week's podium getter. He's down there in P9 right now. So last round. Sorry, not last week. Who else? Here he is. He's about to cross the line. Can he improve in that Ferrari for P&L? No, he can't. He'll remain P10 for now. Kamangu. So the man who's helped be responsible for that video that we see at the start of every week. What about HSV as well for ICR? He's currently P5. He will remain there.
So Jono's just coming up to the line on his first flyer, and he was definitely going through the outer a lot quicker that time. So what's he got? P6.
Oh, look at that. There we go.
1.1 back.
There we go.
If he finds another few tenths, he could easily be up to P3.
Yes. It was. I wasn't nervous at all.
Exactly. Yep. Now, wouldn't it be awesome to see the Lambo go well around here?
Oh.
And I'm expecting Chopper to find a bit more time in the gorgeous yellow Ferrari.
That looks good, doesn't it? Oh, I think it looks great. Yeah. No, I remember the first time I ever saw a Ferrari, but I think it was a 308 in yellow. I went, oh, that looks fantastic. Yeah. It's that Ferrari yellow as well. It's a different kind of yellow.
Yeah. And it's even like the blue. The Ferrari blue is another gorgeous colour as well. But nothing, the 1980 Scarlet F1 Ferraris, dude, that's the red for me. The definitive red.
Traditionalist. You like the old school stuff.
Stuff. Just that how metaphorical it is of the blood that runs through that Ferrari family and how much it meant to them. You know, what an incredible business it's been. You know, the brand Ferrari's must be one of the most recognisable on the planet.
Would be. I reckon it would be up there. Wouldn't be too many places where it wouldn't be known. Kamangu, who moves up into P10. HSV, he's in a Mercedes, not a Ferrari right now, though. He's in P5. That's where he will stay. Gaza, we're going into the final minute. This one, I was enjoying that conversation, Nige, but we're just going to get back to this action because it's starting to heat up a little bit. Mr. N. Wilson, he's in a Ferrari, green Ferrari. They're not too sure about green Ferraris. He's down there in P12. What about Andrelli? What can he do in that Audi? He's currently P9. That's where he will remain for now. I'm lost. Where are we? 288. Where are you, 288? They're coming too fast for me now, Nige.
Yeah, 288 is Jambon, who's just gone P2, 6/10 back.
There we go. What about New Zealand Robbo? He's about to cross the line. The final 30 seconds of this one. So the time is ticking down furiously right now. It's still Footner 6/10 ahead. What can Metal Steel do in that orange Ferrari? Here's for ICR. He's about to cross the line now. He remains P14. Yeah, Burrow Dog. He's up there in P3. He's only 600ths behind Jambon Sickle for P2 as the time's gone 000. So still got quite a few cars out on the circuit. We'll follow a few of them before we stick with our final decision because we want to get that camera angle right and sorted out for this one. Alright, so HSV, he is currently P5. He's 1.1 seconds behind Footner.
He had a fantastic run out of Ravazza just then. Coming up to the line. This could be interesting.
Hey, look at that. There we go.
So he's done a really good job of finding outright lap pace with the Merc around here. That he'll be delighted with that.
Mr. N. Wilson, he is currently P12. Can he improve on that time? No, he can't. So that's where he's going to start for now. So Big Chopper Dog in that splendid yellow Ferrari. Now we're talking. A bit of splash of red in there as well. He's P13. Can he move it up any further? No, he can't. So that's going to be his final starting position. Angry old fella. I think he might be the last one that will stick with for now.
Hagman's just coming up to the line, Nick.
Here we go.
This would be great. I hope he's got 2 tenths up his sleeve.
He's P7 right now.
He doesn't. Damn.
All right. So that's we were cheering him on.
Yeah.
So he's not through lack of encouragement. But that is our qualifying session for this one for round 9, season 4. It is the finale. It is Footner once again on pole position. Congratulations to him. He's followed very closely by HSV Jambon Sickle. I think that would be one of his best qualifying sessions of the season in P3. It's the big captain. It's Burrow Dog in P4 there. P5 is, if I get that message out of the way, I'll be able to see. There we go. Cart Dude. We didn't speak much about him. He's had some epic battles with Footner. Then it's my man, John O'Stan. We're going to be riding him home all evening. Haggis in P7, so I think you'll be pretty happy with that, or given all things considered. Gaza, he's there in P8. Then we've got the two friends, Andrali and Kamangu, so they're going to be starting right next to one another. Might even be
that's awesome.
Yeah, might even be in a party together, you don't know. Pesky down there, Mr. N. Wilson, so he's in P12. Then you got Big Chopper Dog down there in P13 in that yellow Ferrari we're talking about. Who else do we have? P14. We've got all sorts of messages and things coming through. It's distracting me. Metal Steel, Angry Old Fella as well. So he's down there in P15. New Zealand Robbo in P16. And then we've got Bones Lightning in P17. And rounding out our grid tonight is someone awesome in P18. So that is our grid for round 9, season 4 of this is the Pro-Am division. And there's I can't block those messages out of the stream, so everyone's going to be seeing what's going on. Speaking of everyone that's seeing, that's what I was sort of having a chuckle at. Speaking of what's going on, the chat, we haven't mentioned the viewers tonight, so hello and welcome to everyone. Cameron Footner, he was feeling a little bit of pressure after we gave him a bit of a rap. Who else? Vic Chan is in there as always. Vic, very much welcome. Bounty as well. So hi to Bounty. Bruce is in there too. He had he took home an absolutely dominating win last week in the Go to Woe series as well. So he was in very good form. JJ's in there as well. Just a big thank you for Riggsy and Burrow for their efforts and support this season. Chris Riggs. One last thing I forgot. A massive thank you to JJ for all the work he does to keep us on track. Here to that. He does an absolute power of work. A lot of stuff that he does in the background that no one really knows about. It's bloody hard running a league. It's not something that I would want to do. It's bloody hard though. So it takes up a lot of time. And he does it all for the goodness of his heart as well. John O'Stan, my best lap invalidated on the start-finish straight. That's all right, mate. P6, you're good. Cameron Footner, Red Bull equals consumed. Hopefully don't need to poo mid-race. Why did I read that one out? And Vic Chan, well done, Footner. All right.
Mate, do you want to turn your notifications off before the race starts? Would that help you?
How do I do it, though? That's what I don't know how to do.
Are you on PS4 or PS5?
Yeah, 4. How do I do it?
Go into settings, go into
notifications. Here we go.
Yeah,
Disable
it is
pop-ups
notifications.
Yeah. There we go. Sorted. I'll pop up notifications. Yeah. All right. So disable pop-ups while playing video. I think so. Notifications when friends go online. I think so.
Heaps of time. We've got 10 seconds until the formation lap starts, which is going to be at least what, 2.5 minutes.
I think that should do
So
it. I think so. Notifications.
yeah.
Disable
We'll get
pop-ups while playing video.
We'll
there you
get
go.
we'll get the guys to confirm if there's any spam appearing on their broadcasting.
Display pop-up notifications. I've turned them off. There we go. All right, should be fine. So you can
Sweet.
talk about everything that you need to talk about in the background. In the meantime, we started the warm-up lap, and we are about to go racing. So sorry, not Footner, HSV. Behind Footner there in P2. This is going to be interesting
Oh yeah.
for him.
Oh yeah. How's this? The top 5 is one from each team.
Yeah, there we go. Good spot.
Oh, this is going to be so good. Look, I'm really happy for HSV and the AMG because the Bentleys are obviously very, very strong here. The second BHR on track was P6 in the Lambo. Yeah, so look at that. BHR with an advantage in quali. Jambon's obviously leading for PNL. But, yeah, here we go. 90 minutes of Imola ProAm, the last round of the season. What an awesome season it's been, Nick.
Yeah, it's been a cracker. Shout out to Juzzy as well. Haven't seen him for a while. He's still getting paid his big bucks for his project. So big shout out to him. Well, everyone knows about Juzzy's cookie as well. Kind of disgusting when you think about it, but funny at the same time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But hope he's doing well.
Happy metaphors.
Yeah, hope he's well. Hope he's enjoying the current job that he's on at the moment. All right, so we're about to get this one. They're coming up to Alta for the final time for the warm-up lap, and then we are going to do 90 minutes. I think last week it got a little bit overcast. I think towards the end there, from memory, or am I thinking of something else?
No, you're right. It did. It got cloudy and a little bit dark, and then the sun came back out. So the temperatures will fluctuate a little bit, but we know that it's moving into the afternoon, so the temperatures will go down, especially in the last half an hour.
It's 3:12 p.m. right now, local time, as we're about to get this one started as they come through Ravazza 2. Horrible camera angle there, but HSV right besides Footner there. This is going to be a good run into turn 1 as they all grid up. Here we go. We're about to do it for the final time of season 4.
Wow, this is this is intense for these boys. We know how easy it is to get a bit of contact through turn 1, 2, 3. So the next couple of minutes is absolutely crucial.
All right, here we go. Klaus is going to give us the green. That will signify the start of the race. It's a bit of a long distance to the line as they come around that bend. Race start initialized. Here we go. There's Klaus. Let's go racing. 90 minutes of Imola has begun. Looks like HSV got a pretty decent run on Footner there as they come into turn 1. Pack's all got away nice and cleanly so far. So a little bit of jostling between some of the Ferraris in the background, a couple of P&L. But looks like everyone has managed to make it through. Can't see any spinners, which is good.
One of the SARs has had run wide on the exit of Tamburello. There was a little bit of contact. It looked like everyone was going to make it through perfectly, but then there was just a very small contact on the exit of the second apex.
All right, I think that was Andrali putting a move on his good friend Kamangu. So that's down in P8 and P9 as the rest of them head up. They're coming through Piratella for the first time, throwing it through there. It's Footner leading from HSV, Jambon Sickle, Burrow Dogs up there in 4th. Jono Stern. He's already made up a position to put himself into P5. I think Gaza is putting a move there on Haggis, who's down there in P7. We've got Pesky. He's battling it out with Kamangu, with P&L up for the championship tonight. Every point, every position, every overtake is going to count. Speaking of overtake, that was Big Chopper Dog trying to put an overtake on Mr. N. Wilson in that BHR Ferrari. Camera didn't quite keep up with me there. But now he's going to come under attack from Cart Dude, who's all the way down in P13 right now. For Selby Acoustic Racing, they're going to come around to Ravazza. Vart's a 1, and Big Chopper Dog's got to solidify that spot in front of that Selby Acoustics Racing Bentley as they come around for the first lap. The laps don't necessarily matter, it's the minutes that do. Oh, here we go, look at these 4 guys. This is Jambon Sickle, HSV, Burrow Dog, Jono Stan, all 4 of them together. Almost like a restart.
And wow.
HSV going side by side with Jambon through there. Jambon's managed to... Oh, here's Jono Stan.
Yep.
He's making a run as well.
Into Villeneuve. Smart thing to back out of it.
Yeah. Long way to go in this one. We've got stoppers already. So Cart Dude and Metal Steel have both stopped already. That's on lap 1. Metal Steel, I'm just trying to pick him up. There he is. And there's Cart Dude. I'll just quickly find him on my... He was right down there as well, so he must have had an issue, Cart Dude. Because he was up there in qualifying, so we'll try and work out what happened to him. In the meantime, though, Jono Stan, he's all over the back of that Mercedes of HSV as they come up through Aqua Minerale, named after the natural springs that are just found near that particular corner as they come into Alta now. So it's a little 3-way train right now. They've got Jambon just ahead. Jono Stan running a little bit wide through there. Everyone else manages to get through there nice and cleanly. Here we go. We've got a little battle here now. This is Gaza. He's got Kamangu and Andrali in front of him. Can Kamangu get past Gaza? I think he can as he goes into Ravatsa 1. Gaza's not going to give it up without a fight, though. He's going to go through Ravatsa 2. Kamangu runs a little bit wide. Pesky will want to be hoping to take advantage here. We've got an ICR. Pesky ducks into the pits. That was an ICR Ferrari. Gaza, that was ICR Mercedes. Sorry, HSV. He's pit. I got it the third time. Third time's a charm. And then Pesky as well as Kamangu. Can he throw it into turn 1 up the inside? No, he can't. So he's going to just tuck in there behind Gaza. I'll just try and update my notes here. There we go. All done.
Oh, there's some awesome racing going on. Angry put on an awesome move on Cart Dude into Ravatsa 1 on the first lap. And Jono got it up the inside of HSV into Ravatsa 2 on the last lap. And there was no way HSV was going to go side by side with Jono into Tamburello. So HSV did a last minute call and he jumped into the pits.
So he just ducked in at the last second. All right. I like it. What about the Hagman? He's 4 tenths behind Burrow Dog, so he's moved his way up a couple of positions into P5 right now. So he's had a good start here. Car looks nice and clean. Start to get into that rhythm. And, get this one. Just start to feel your way into the race. Work into it. In the meantime, though, out in front, it's Jambon Sickle. He is just, he's pulled a big gap. 4 seconds already over Jambon Sickle. Then Jono Stan, he's 1.9 behind Jambon. Burrow Dog's a second behind Jono. And the Hagman, he's half a second. He's 4 tenths behind Burrow Dog, as we can see the gap on the screen there. And the field's still relatively condensed. 4 cars have made their stops already. First of 2 stops. Mandatory is fuel. If you're watching for the first time, tyres are optional. I think we saw a tyre stop last week from a River Runs that potentially even cost him the... was it River or Vic who pitted for tyres last week? Nige?
River.
River, that's it.
Yeah. So I got caught out last week because Vic had a long stop and I wasn't sure if he'd taken tyres or not. I know Burrow confirmed it later in the race, watching watching Vic's stream, but he just missed his pit box. So he just took fuel for his first stop, and River took a very short first stop and then took tyres at his second stop.
Gotcha. All right, so we were a little bit... couldn't quite figure it out, but yeah, the chat last week was phenomenal. It's so much insight from the guys last week. It was they were a big help. So, and the guys tonight have been pretty good as well. All right, Kamangu, he's down there in P8 as he comes down through Aqua Minerale. Runs a little bit wide there, avoids the sausage curbs. So he's got Gaza in front of him, but he's also got Big Chopper Dog just looming in the background in that P&L Ferrari of his. As they come through Alta for another trip around. So you want to be careful just to keep it nice and clean. He had a bold strategy in Laguna Seca. He went quite long. Didn't quite pay off, so we'll see what he decides to do tonight as far as strategy goes. But yeah, he's looking good right now down there in P8. He's moved up 2 spots already from his original starting position of P10. Who else do we have? We got Angry Old Fella. So he's coming into the pits. He's making his first stop.
Yeah, so Angry had a great start to the race.
Yeah.
And that's going to obviously be tactical to get go for a very short first stop, get out back on track, because Pesky's done the same thing. So good start for the PNL boys. Jambon P2 at the moment, and Chopper's up to P9. Angry stopping, and Pesky already has. So all the 4 PNL drivers, they've stayed out of trouble at the beginning of the race, which is good to see. Obviously, Footnar leads for BHR, Jono P3, Gaz P7, and Mr. Wilson top 10. So, as expected, looking very strong for BHR.
All right, well, it's looked strong for them all season, hasn't it? So, wouldn't be any reason why tonight would be a change. So Footnut 5.5 seconds now. He's pulling the gap. We've got the cars on screen though. Haggis, Gaza, and Andrali are in there as well. So it's it's Andrali, Gaza, and Haggis. No, Haggis is in front. Sorry, I'm just getting a bit mixed up here at the moment with the timing screen. But we've got that all sorted. And then just lurking in the background there is Kamangu once again. So 6 through 8, and Big Chopper Dog's in there as well. So we've got a nice little foursome of cars. They're going to provide a little bit of racing. Let's see if Gaza can get a bit of a run on Andrali in that Audi of his. On these guys. You know what I did forget tonight, Nige? I forgot my little onboard audio, little graphic. I'm spewing. I just remembered then. But well, we'll be alright. Oh, Kamangu runs a little bit wide at Villeneuve then. So, we've got Andrali. He goes a little bit deep at Tosa. So, a couple of little mistakes there. Nothing too major. Nothing that's going to have a major effect on you right now. But Gazza's the sandwich in a he's the meat in a GRT sandwich right now. So, making their way through Aqua Minerale. Such a... oh no! Andrali runs a little bit wide there. Lets the car slide. That's going to open it up for Gaza here as they run into Alta. Can he get... no, he can't. Look at Kamangu. He's trying to take advantage. Oh no! Andrali spun! He spun around. So he just got a little bit upset from the curbs there. And that was enough to unbalance the car. And that was too much for him. So he's turned around. But he had Kamangu... he was giving Gaza a little bit of Morse code there as they approach the corner. Let's see if he's going to...
Chopper just made up huge ground into braking. Yep. Ravazza 1. Yeah, that was very, very close.
Saw him just sliding the car through there.
Yeah, that was incredible.
And I believe we have another guest, Nige. Who have we got this time?
Yep, we got the captain of PNL, Ty Morgo. Ty, how's it going, dude?
Not too bad, yourselves?
Yeah, good stuff.
What are your thoughts on the race so far, Ty?
Yeah, Jambon out second. He's going well.
Yep.
And yeah, just Pesky and Angry pitting early. Just have to wait and see where they end up after the first round of pit stops.
Are you at a party with them tonight? Are you communicating with them at all?
No, not while they're racing. They generally have their own party in case they're close to each other. They can talk and work out what they're going to do, let who through and whatever. Yeah. It's generally what we do.
And Ty, sorry mate, any idea? I expected Chopper to be a bit further up the grid tonight. Any insights?
Practice, not much of it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, maybe towards the end of the race he'll come on pretty strong, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
with 30 laps under his belt, yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, definitely got some of the braking zones nailed. He was, he's got a run on Mangu. So they're heading up to Ravazza 1. Oh, this is very, very close. Yeah, he's looking quick, and he's definitely got the performance in the braking zone. So if he can get his nose in here, Mango with some nice defensive drive in there. But Ty, how's the season been for you and the PNL boys? It must be awesome to be in contention going into the final races.
Yeah, sort of going back probably 3 rounds ago was sort of, I think, third and sort of nowhere, but we've come on a few rounds. Probably not getting, we've got a couple of wins so far this season with Exo and Cheese, but it's just more consistency. Yeah. Most of us been in the top 10 every week. Yeah. Sort of propelled us up there.
And what about your season from a personal perspective? How have you rated it?
Started terrible and just been climbing my way back. Yeah, I think Donington was the worst. Yeah. First lap got caught up in other people's messes, and then I think I got back to 15th and disconnected with about 5 minutes to go. Yeah. So I think, only 3 points for me at that round, but other than that, I sort of haven't been too bad. I picked up a third and a few fourths and fifths. So
I was going to say, you've been pretty consistent. You've had, I can't remember which race it was, but you had a really bold strategy. I think you and a teammate pitted really early. I think it might have been just before
Monza.
Monza, yeah. So
myself and Death Roll.
Yeah. So okay. So can you confirm?
Here we go.
All right, I need confirmation on this. All right, so it's Eagle Win D roll. Do you know what the D stands for?
Definitely death.
Definitely death. All right, good. I hope so. It's been the eternal question all season. I've wanted it answered, but you finally answered it. So thank you.
Who cares if that's not the answer?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, look, I fully don't think it is the answer, but you know what? It's good enough for me right now. So let's just go with it. Cracker. And
Ty, any thoughts on insights to the P&L behind the scenes?
Oh, what about?
Just how you've all got on, or you all hate each other. Like, what's the team vibe been like this season?
I think it's been pretty good. Yeah, we've all raced with each other for some of us a couple of years, and just all sort of get on. There's great camaraderie, and we're all watching it now and talking, and then at the end of the race, we generally get everyone back in and see how they go, and either celebrating or licking our wounds. But other than that, it's all been good. Hopefully carry it on next season. Yeah,
totally. No, that's awesome to hear.
Well, your boys have a bit of work to do right now. They're Pesky and Angry are both down there, P14, 15. They've obviously made their first stops. You've got Big Chopper, he's in P8, and Jambon up there representing in P2. So not a bad result so far. Axel Hammerfoot, I don't know if you know him, but he seems got some strong opinions on the what the old Eagle Win D roll is. But you know what?
Axel,
good old Axel. He might just. I've got it confirmed from time myself, so I can't get it any better than that, unless we get Eagle on the stream. So. This is what we're going to have to go with. All right. Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for joining us, mate. Really appreciate it. You giving us some of your time, some insights into the P&L boys. Congratulations on a good season as well. You've been up there with the top guys for the majority of the season. So great work, and look forward to seeing you next season.
Yep, no worries. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, mate.
See you later.
See ya.
See you. Cheers, dude.
See ya.
All right. Hey, this has been fun tonight, Nige. We've got guests and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got good
get
racing
it social, get everyone involved, and we got Mangu and Gaz still going at it into Piratella.
All right.
Oh, this is good stuff.
Boys.
Oh, who's this?
Oh, and there's Bounty in the house.
Ah, there we go. Out with one guest, in with another. How awesome
Keeping
is
it
this?
real.
Mate, it's like a Don Lane show.
Oh, no. Who was that off in the background? That was, I think that's Big Chopper. No. Where is it? Sorry. I think that's Big Chopper. It is. So he's had an off just coming out of Aqua Minerale. Sorry, Bounty, to interrupt you there. But yeah, he's had a big off there. He hit the wall pretty hard. He's run straight through Alta then as well. So we'll see if he continues on with his race right now. He's going to drop down though a fair way. Who's he got in front of him? 123. So he's in P11 right now. Once it all shakes out, let's just quickly. He's one wide at Rivart's one now as well. So he might have a little bit of damage there. I dare say he is going to pit. Let's just see if he does. He doesn't. He's going to continue on. All right. In the meantime, Bouncy, my man, how are you going?
I'm very well, fellas. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. So
Yeah, if the audience can't hear you, definitely the chat will let us know, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, definitely.
How are you, dude?
Good race so far. Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, sure is.
I'm enjoying this one.
Yeah, your boys, ICR, you've got Haggis. Tell us about the Hagman. We've got a bit of a fascination with him. The Scotsman, the motorcycle, the motorcycle rider, new to four-wheel racing. Can you give us any insight into him as he's going around in P7 right now?
Mate, he's actually doing alright. He's one of those guys who tries to do a lot of homework before the race. A million questions, tries to get the setup spot on. Like, he's paranoid that he just doesn't have the pace, but he does.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, he probably shouldn't say it, he lacks a bit of the mental strength, but he's definitely got the talent. He's definitely quick enough. He's just got to hang in there. But no, he loves it. Loves it.
Well, he's become a favourite of ours anyway. We talk about him every week, and we kind of you're not supposed to have favourites, but we kind of do have him as our favourite. We're cheering him on. He's going all right now. So P7. How was? Tell us about your season from an ICR perspective. You're down there in the standings. What's been happening this season?
Yeah, look, I had a bit of probably a consistent season, but with one bad result. I think I ended up outside of top 10 for one of the races. But look, I'm not too disappointed in my season. I was pretty consistent. Some of these guys are bloody quick out there. If you look at Vic and River, like, they're just unbeatable.
Yeah.
So I mean, I suppose as far as the pro guys go, like, I'm up there. I think I was 4th or 5th or something in the end. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
So thought I'd try the Bentley, and I enjoy the Bentley. I might do something different next season.
Yep.
Try and mix it up. Might go the Beamer.
Everyone, hey, mate, be welcome change. We don't have any Beamers in there tonight, but everyone seems to have loved the Bentley this season. It's been it's certainly been a favourite. But what about the team overall? You guys are sort of at the bottom of the standings. What's kind of gone wrong for you guys?
Oh, look, it just comes down to injuries.
What's been happening in the four walls?
Yeah, look, we try to get a full team every week, but we've fallen short a few times.
Yep.
Captain's let us down. I mean, Nige had a few issues. So look, it has been a struggle, but we had a couple of guys who started, then they only ran one race, so that didn't really count. So yeah, we did struggle with points.
Yeah.
So look, it comes from the top.
Yes, it does.
Well, what do they say? The fish rots from the head. So
yeah, that's it.
So we're dropping it in.
We're dropping you in it.
Oh well, you should hear Nige off air what he says about the races every week. So you can't repeat it on the stream. No, of course I'm only joking for everyone out there. And all right, so what's the plans? Yeah, we've got Kamango. He's making his stop. So we've got, just give a quick little update. We've gone 22 minutes, 21 and a half. It is Footnote leading from John O'Stan. my pick for tonight, by the way. He's about 8.7 seconds behind, so Footner is doing it pretty comfortably right now. Burradog, Gaza, Hagman up there in P5 bounty, so you'd be happy with that.
He's doing all right, just sitting back behind Gaz.
Yeah, 1.9 seconds. He can learn a lot from Gaz. Andrali, Mr. N. Wilson, Big Chopper, he's still going out there with that after that spin. Kamangu and Jambon Sickle. Now, I do have a quick question for you, though. It's come from the chat. It's come from Bruce. He's asking you, did you like the look of the Aston Martin rear spoiler last week?
Cheeky bugger. Mate, we had some awesome battles last week. It was really good, actually. I think we're both pretty much on the same pace. So I sat behind him. I couldn't pass him. He couldn't pull away. I made an error, then he pulled away a bit. But come pit stops, I ended up in front of him, so he was looking at my rear wing.
Yeah.
But no, it was thoroughly enjoyable. We actually had a catch up after the race just to say, thanks for a good race, and it was awesome. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's we have, like, obviously we've noticed that the racing has been, it's one of the standout qualities of this league as well, in terms of the competitiveness, the quality. You got guys like Vic and River, they're sort of a class of their own, but everyone else is pretty close to one another, especially in the pro room. There's not much difference between the lot. How do you find the level of competition yourself?
Oh man, I reckon this season has been the toughest.
Yeah.
Like the first couple of seasons, there was a few outstanding quick guys, but now everybody's had more practice now, and they're just getting used to it, and they're getting quicker and quicker, so it's getting harder. Like for me, if I finish in the top 10, I'm happy now. Like that's where it's come to.
Yeah.
But no, they've really come a long way. It's been good racing, minimal protests. I think it's just been a really good season. It's really come a long way since it started, and I think everybody's enjoying it, which makes a huge difference. I mean, that's what it's all about. Yeah,
100%. It's the they say it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. But I think in this case, it's the winning and the losing isn't necessarily the be all end all. It is the everything else that comes with it, the satisfaction from having a good race. But also just the camaraderie that you get with the team. As we see Kamangu, he runs a bit wide there, so he loses a spot to Pesky 1. Can you give us any insight into your team, and maybe a couple of shout-outs if you want? Just give us... we asked Ty Morgo for some insights. Can you give us any insights to the team?
No.
No. All right.
We'll get a bit of use out of you. Do tell us about the fuel mileage of the Bentley versus, say, Jono's up there, so probably the Lambo and the Ferrari. I know the AMG is pretty thirsty. HSV's lost a little bit of time in that first stop to Jambon, but what are the numbers, dude?
Yeah, look, the Bentley's probably a bit higher than what you'd want to. She's a big girl, so she does take a bit. I think Mercedes is the thirstiest. Ferrari, I think, is the best on fuel, from what I can gather. And Porsche's pretty good too, but...
Kamangu's just turned pesky at Ravazza 1. He's going to redress. Sorry to interrupt there.
Oh, okay.
Where are we? Just trying to have a look here.
Yeah, and Medals crept through. Yeah, oh my lord, that was...
So, Ever the Opportunist, he's just snuck through there. ICR boy, so be happy to impress the captain. Your other boy, your other driver, HSV, he's up there in P10 right now.
He's sitting in a good spot there.
Yeah, he's made his first stop. He's just sitting behind Jambon. Sorry, I'll let you go again. I interrupted you.
No, not at all. No, look, I'm here all night, so...
That was awesome. I was actually on board with Pesky whilst he was doing loop the loop, and then just to see Metal fly past was that was a great visual. I'll remember that. Add that to the memory books.
There's a good battle there at the moment. Those 4 guys.
Yeah, they're all going for it. Pesky and Metal. So we're getting back to that conversation about thirsty cars. So the Bentley, you've driven the Bentley this season from memory, I think. Is that right? Yeah.
But the thing is, I mean, even though it's a bit thirsty, so you've got to start with usually higher fuel, the Bentley's actually really stable with a lot of fuel, and it's still not that much slower than what you'd expect. So it's surprisingly quick, considering how heavy she is and how much fuel you need. Like I think I started this race last week with 120 litres, and it was fine. It's so stable. I think that's why a lot of guys pick it. It's just a nice, easy, stable car.
I think Pesky and Metal have come together at Vartsa one.
Yeah, they sure did. Metal went deep into Alta that time, and they had a massive concertina, but they had a little side-by-side contact, but they've sorted that out.
Oh, and Kamangu and Angry Old Fella going onto the grass as they come up the front straight as well. So Kamangu is looking very racy tonight. He was trying to get past that Bentley of Pesky, but just sort of ran a bit wide there, and Angry just sneaking in there as well. All these guys have made their first stops as well. So this is for, we're looking at Metal, he's P12, Pesky 13th, 14th is Kamangu, and Angry Old Fella 15th. So it's down for the minor positions, but they're still going at it pretty hard right now.
Yeah, I'm just watching Haggis at the moment. The Hagman, he's closed up on Gaza. He's just over a second behind him now.
Yeah, 1.2 between him and the Bentley. We say it every week as well, you know, I think Laguna's sake, he made a little bit of a mistake at the end of the race. He was running pretty high. It was just a learning thing with him as well, isn't it? Every week you'll learn something different. I think you said just taking that mental leap as well. You have that tipping point of confidence. You get enough confidence and you can finally sort of believe in yourself to do it.
Yep.
Oh, well, there's plenty of guys running around tonight with some belief. Haggis is all over Gaz.
He's going to take
HSV and Cart Dude are super close, and Metal, Pesky, Mangu, and Angry are all still within a second of each other. So, what are we coming up to? Almost the halfway, 30 minutes in.
Yeah. So it's been pretty cracking pace so far as well. We've seen some really good driving, some good racing. I think we're in for it.
Cart Dude and HSV very close into Tamburello. HSV's off through Tamburello, gathered it up. Sorry, that was Villeneuve.
That's all right.
Into Tosa, so that was a really nice recovery from HSV. He is getting lots of pressure from Cart Dude in the Bentley.
Alright, and the Hagman, he's only 3/10 behind Gaza, so we've got a couple of ICR boys. This is perfect for your bounty there. What's the debriefs like with your guys after the race?
Really good.
Yeah.
Yep. Really good feedback with the guys. I suppose that's what it's all about, isn't it? Connecting after the race, share some insights.
Yeah.
I think it's better that the pro guys go first, which is what they've done this season. I think it's made a big difference.
Yeah.
So then the other guys can learn off our mistakes, fuel loads and strategies and stuff. Because I mean, there's so much to think about. So I think the last few seasons did put a lot of pressure on the guys. To be first up, especially on tricky circuits like Laguna or something like that.
Yeah.
But no, the debrief after the races are quite full on actually. It's quite good.
Yeah, and especially if there's...
Sometimes I turn around and I come back 5 minutes later and there's 50 extra messages. I'm like, bloody hell! It can take me 10 minutes just to catch up.
Yeah. Do you guys do much catch up during the week at all, or organise practice sessions together?
We don't really do practice sessions together, no. We chat all week.
Yep.
But we don't really have other sessions. I mean, some of us race on some other nights as well, so, busy people, you know what I'm saying? We've all got lives outside of sim racing. So, no, just curious. We see Hagman. It's running a little bit wide through Alto. That was not Mr. Ed Wilson. I think it was Andrelli in the Audi. He joined him as well. He spun there earlier. All right, and then HSV. Can you give us any insight to HSV? I heard he's a pretty young fella, about 19. Is that right? Yeah, he's still studying, I believe.
Okay, yep.
He quite often says, I've got to go do some homework. Like, wow. Because I remember that 30 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite foreign to me as well. He's got the number one on the
young
car.
bloke.
He's got the number one on the car as well. It's pretty confident move there.
It sure is. He runs
a
a number
glitch.
one for another league that he's in, and he jumped into that livery to begin with, and then when you jump back out in order to change into your correct livery, it actually won't let you. So there is a game glitch. It's caught a few boys out tonight, but thankfully he's in the right colours, and we'll see if actually wearing the number one gets him on top tonight, or whether it's too much pressure.
Hey, one more.
Hagman's all over Bounty now. Hagman's all over Gaz again.
Yeah, he's a second behind. He's really closing right up now. Hey, I heard you're a bit of an Excel spreadsheet wizard. Is that correct? You have a hand in the standings and everything that are posted on the website. Have I heard that correctly?
Yeah, spot on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love my Excel. I do it for a job for every day, so I'm used to it. I do all the point standings and the team points and things like that. So
yeah,
for not only this league, but I do it for another league as well.
Ah, right.
So that keeps me busy. So yeah, I'm just going to start and centralise everything, and I'm going to put it on, or have started putting it onto my own website, so everybody can access it whenever they want. Different leagues, and that's going to grow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you do a phenomenal.
I love my stats.
Yeah, well, you do a phenomenal job. I still get a bit confused with the old Excel pivot tables and all that sort of stuff. It's and just the stuff that they can do. It's pretty amazing. But you do a fantastic job of it. So I think everyone appreciates the efforts that you put in, week out. So yeah, I think on behalf of I think I can say it on behalf of everyone. Thank you very much. It's phenomenal effort, and thanks for doing it every week.
No worries. Cool. Thanks very much for the feedback. Appreciate that.
No worries. Well, thanks.
Happy to give back.
Yes, no, appreciate it. Well, look, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be keeping an eye on the Hagman. He's doing you proud down there in P4. So he's looking pretty good. He's battling it out with Gazman. And we've got your other boys, Metal Steel. He's down there in P12. What else do you have in there? And then HSV as well. So P11. He's made his stop. So is Metal Steel. So all the best for your boys for the rest of the race, and good luck for next season, and thanks for joining us. Much appreciated.
No worries. Thanks for having me, boys.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, mate.
See you, boys.
See you, dude.
Bye.
Take it easy. Race update. The Burrow Dog did pit and was stationary for about 6 seconds. But he did come out behind Jambon. So Jambon is the leader on track of the guys who have made their first stop. So it's Jambon, Burrow. Cart Dude did get past HSV. So it's looking good for Jambon and Burrow. They're the guys who have maintained really good pace and cleared a few of the other key players for the guys that have stopped already. But 1, 2, 3 for BHR, so it's looking good.
Number 2 for Jono Stan. Number 2. We'll quickly, while we're doing a race update, we might as well cover off the pit stops as well. So Jambon, Burrow, Cart Dude, as you mentioned, Nige, HSV as well, Metal Steel, Pesky, Angry Old Fellow, and Kamangu. They've all stopped once. Drivers that haven't stopped yet. Footner, race lead at 12.4 seconds. He's been a lights to flag so far right now for him. He's not been troubled as of yet. Jono Stan P2, he is not stopped yet. Neither is Gaza Haggis on screen. Andrelli, who's very close behind him as well. Mr. N. Wilson, so he's having a decent run. And Big Chopper Dog, looked like he, I wasn't too sure if he suffered any damage there when he had that little off earlier, but seems to have recovered quite well and doesn't have any issues down there in P7, the last of the drivers who haven't stopped. And we have 54 minutes remaining, so we've gone a third race distance. This one still well within the balance. It's going to be interesting, isn't it, Nige? Jambon and Burrow got good pace out there. We'll have to see.
Yeah, and quite a bit of clean track, so it is looking really good for those guys. Fastest lap of the race so far is a 42.3 from Footnar.
Yep.
And then the next quickest that I've been able to find so far is a 42.6 from Jono.
Right.
I'm just having a look at Gaz's. Yeah, see 43 43.4 is the quickest from Gaz. So that's why Hagman is putting a bit of pressure on Gaz. So Hagman has been in the low 43s.
Okay, so he's putting in the laps. He's got legitimate pace there. Just riding on board now with Pesky. So he's got ICR boy Metal Steel. So we go to Aqua Minerali. Local time 5:06. So we started just past 3 o'clock. This one could finish with the long shadows over the circuit. Be a good one to watch. What circuit was it? It was a circuit last week, I think it was, and the sun was coming down. I don't remember what track it was. It wasn't here, obviously, but you can get some really beautiful scenes in this game as well. Pesky runs a little wide out of Rivarza 1. He's going to give chase to Metal Steel up the front straight. Who's our next guest? I feel like I'm a TV host tonight, a show host.
Yeah. Bounty called us the Don Lane show.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to start lining up Champ. So I'll put a message out and we'll see if he's finished his dinner and we'll get him in here.
Well, first question that we asked has got to be what he had for dinner as well. So we'll get to the we do the hard hitting questions here at ROOZ. Pesky making up a little bit of ground there as they go through Villeneuve, coming into Tosa now. A couple of different lines there. Nice and easy on the power. So he's looking pretty smooth right now. These two drivers down there in P12, P13. They're battling it out, just having a look at the rest of the field right now. So it's started to be a little bit spread out. So we're at that stage of the race where we've had half the field who've stopped. I think we lost a couple of Nige. We've lost 3. New Zealand Robbo, he's gone. Bones Lightning, he's gone.
Yeah, so I think we've lost 2. I think there was 17.
And we've lost someone awesome as well. That's 3 we've lost. We're down to 15.
Oh, you are right, dude. My mistake. So 18 down to 15. But we'll turn that dark shadow into a ray of light. And we've got the one and only Vic Chan in the house. Howdy, Vic.
Hey, boys. How you boys doing?
We're good, mate. How are you?
I'm good. Finally get to just relax and watch these races.
What's your thoughts so far on the race?
Oh man, it's a great race. There's battles everywhere. I'm cheering on the ICR boys. That's a must, I guess.
That's good team spirit, Vic. We love it. I must, I guess.
Yeah, I'm enjoying Haggis's battle with Gaz. Hopefully he can get the pass done.
Yeah, he's hanging in there. Give us your thoughts on the season that you had. Obviously, you and River battled it out for most of the season. What, from your perspective, give us your thoughts.
Yeah, it's been a good season for me. It was less pressure than last season because I guess the pros racing first helps a lot.
Yep.
And yeah, the battle with River's been awesome. Especially that final race, that was the most intense out of all of them.
Epic. What time did you get to sleep that night?
I had dinner, watched the races, probably at 1 o'clock.
There we go.
It was a late one.
What was for dinner tonight?
Fish, seafood.
Yeah, nice. All right, beautiful. And we had Bounty on earlier, your team captain, as we see Big Chopper Dog. He's making his way in the pits. How's it been being a part of ICR this season?
Oh, mate, it's been great. So happy they've welcomed me with open arms, and I'm happy to help out where I can, as much as I can.
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah, it's been overall, it's been a great team. I enjoy it.
Yeah. Have you taken anyone under your wing from the team this season, and sort of spent maybe a little bit more time with someone, more than others, or has it sort of just been everyone?
No, I'll pretty much spend the same time with everyone with any team, really.
Yeah.
I'm an open book, really.
Yep.
There should be no secrets.
No.
I don't hide my strategies
Yeah.
or set up secrets. There's no secrets, actually. It's just no setup. I just help everyone with the setups if they need it.
I was going to say you're probably the least secretive person out there. You've got a page on the Discord specifically dedicated to your setups as well. So
Yeah, I got to do a write-up on that just to... excuse me. Yeah, I just try to figure a way to explain it where people can understand it better, because in my head it's simple, but I think when I explain it to other people, it's bloody rocket science.
Yeah, so you got to turn it from Vic Chan sort of language into layman's terms, pretty much. You got to
Try to anyway.
Yeah, that can be a bit difficult, especially when you're describing something complicated. What's been the reaction to it? Have you had a lot of interest from people?
It's been the same throughout the season, I guess. People I talk to when I'm on practices, and then if they ask, I'll just try to explain to them as best I can how it works. A lot of people just seem to think that you can change one thing, that that fixes it all, but everything compounds on each other, so
Yeah.
it's not that simple.
Yeah. No, well, one thing, they're all got to be in sync with each other, don't they?
That's it.
Yeah. If you do one thing, if you do something to one part of the car, then the other part of the car gets affected as well. Just going back to last week as well, just that absolute epic battle that you had with the River. How's it been racing against him all season?
It's been great. I mean, we always give each other racing room. We're at very similar pace throughout each race.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have it any other way, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm hoping more next season.
Yeah, it'll be. We've got to keep you separated to make sure we keep the action on the track. Just in the meanwhile, though, we've got a couple of pit stops happening. So the Hagman, your ICR teammate, he's coming in, and Gaza, so he's following him in, mirroring what he does. And Jono Stan, he's in there as well. He pitted a little bit earlier, so he will get going before these guys. That's all there.
Jono's taking tyres. He's been stationary for a long while.
I think, I reckon Big Chopper Dog either repaired the car or took tyres, because he was in there for a long time as well. So, not sure which one, but it was a pretty long stop for him as well.
Yep.
Hey, Vic. Sorry.
Yep.
Got a question from the chat. Bruce, who's been very active tonight. Thank you, Bruce. He asked, do you race in real life?
I used to do karting and track days mostly, but I've been too busy, and I pretty much... Let's just say if I got introduced to motor racing as a kid, I definitely would have been a driver, but
Yeah.
I had to do it as a hobby and in my spare time.
Okay. Well, I think it's one of those things. Yeah, you do have to get it. Well, you can get it into any age, really, but sim racing is a good.
It's easier. Yeah, it's cheaper.
I was going to say, from a cost perspective, it is significantly cheaper. Motorsport is not a cheap sport at all. Sim racing, though, you can run up the cost though pretty quick, but in comparison, it is relatively cheap. We might just do a quick little halfway roundup though, because Klaus just gave us the halfway mark. It is Footner. He is leading once again. Andrali is up there, who's just made his pit stop now. So for GRT, so that's on lap 26 for him. He's coming in. Mr. N. Wilson, he hasn't made his first stop either. He's up there in P3. Then comes the first of the runners who've made a stop. Jambon Sickle in P4. Burrow Dog in P5. Cart Dude up there in 6th. HSV in 7th. Jono Stan in 8th. Angry Old Fella up there in 9th. And rounding out our top 10 is Gaza. We might as well go the rest of the way. We've got only 15. 15's all right. Gaza, Haggis, Kamangu, Big Chopper Dog, Metal Steel, Pesky. Metal Steel has stopped twice. Jambon Sickle, he's just coming into the pits for his first stop now. And Pesky, he has also made both of his stops as well. So that's a little update. Did you have any questions for Vic? Nige, your teammate?
Oh, mate, I'll just give you a thought and then I'll lead into whatever you want to talk about. But to watch you, basically clean up in those first 4 races and then have such a good season, despite your best efforts to the contrary off your mountain bike, just to see you clean up so well in the McLaren and the papaya colours, that's got plenty of nice images that I'll hold on to. But how about you? Looking back, any other thoughts on the on-track action this season?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to next season. I got my eye on Foot now. He's definitely at the pro pace, and yeah, I'm hoping some other quick guys come on next season. But this season it's been good. I mean, I can't complain given I tore my bicep halfway through and still managed to get a podium.
Yeah,
so
tell us about that, because we talked a bit about it on the stream, but we don't know the full details. You didn't miss a race. What exactly happened?
Well, I train quite hard. I'm one of those really fit guys, so I do calisthenics, advanced calisthenics.
Yep.
And so a couple of days before I did my usual training, I stacked at mountain biking.
Oh.
And I proceeded to do my normal training sessions, and my bicep just blew while I was doing planches.
Right. All right. So you pushed it a little bit too hard.
Yeah, I pushed it a bit hard with the injury that I didn't realise it was an injury until my bicep popped.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay.
And so tell us about the incident on the bike, dude. Was it something pretty innocuous, or was it a big one?
It was a small jump, but I didn't land right, and I came off and landed on my shoulder, elbowish area. So yeah, I do send it on mountain bikes. So it's
why is that not surprising?
It's something I enjoy, and to be honest, through this lockdown, it's been a lifesaver because I've got so many trails around where I live. So
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's it's really important, isn't it? We're in 3rd month of lockdown now, and if you don't have that reason to get out and do some exercise and feel good about yourself, it's I can certainly understand why there's plenty of mental health issues going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I heard.
Exercise.
Yeah, I heard. I was speaking to Wheezy Weston last week. Now he's had a couple of health issues this year as well, and he said he was having a chat to you, and you gave him a couple little diet recommendations, and he reckons that's helped quite significantly. He hasn't cured all his ails, but it's helped improve significantly. Where does that come from?
Burrow Dog Leeds.
Yeah, I got that. Beautiful.
Wow.
Nice.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's
I just
all
thought
right.
I'd drop that bombshell.
That's all right. I've got it on the stream. It's all. Yeah, we haven't missed it. Where does that come from? Is that something that you've got a lot of interest in, or?
Yeah, I'm really big on nutrition and health, so it also compounds with my training and my everyday routine. So I'm very big on nutrition. I focus more on the inside before I focus on like the exercise and all that, because I believe diet is more important than most things, just for overall health and focus.
Yep. Well, especially.
So Wheezy's, I think he's on his way to good health. I mean, he wants to be an esport driver on PC, so all the best to him.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, he spoke quite highly of you. He said, he was having a chat with you, and you gave him a couple of little diet tips, and away he went. He said he did notice a pretty significant improvement. So you're not only are you a gun sim racing driver, you love your mountain bikes, you're a bionic man, and you can give out a little bit of dietary advice as well. It's a bit of a case of what can't Vic Chan do, rather than what he can do.
Yeah,
Well,
I think your health is most important, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what helped me stay focused through these races, I believe.
Oh, here we go. So we've got a little bit of strategy playing out here. Burrow Dog, who took the lead on the last lap there, he had Footnut right behind him. He's decided to pit. This is a nice move from Burrow Dog. I like that.
It's
That's
good.
very, very clever. He said, I'm not going to let you pressure me. but also this is going to put him in good stead as well. We've got HSV, who's making his final stop. We're closing in on the 2/3 race distance. It is 38.5 minutes remaining. We've got Jambon, Pesky, Metal Steel, Angry Old Fella, Kamangu, and Big Chopper Dog. They've all made their 2 compulsory stops. I've got the rest of the field still to go. And we've got the one and only Vic Chan on the line with us. He's having a good old chat with us and giving us some insight into how he goes about his racing. Yeah, no, it's been fantastic.
Boys, was it just me, or did you guys hear Footnar sigh when Burra pulled off and he thought he might have had someone to go racing against?
Hey, be careful what you wish for. I reckon it might come through. Burra was able to hold him. He's put in some cracking laps to be able to overtake him in the pits as well. So I think that's a really, really clever move. And he's the highest of the 2 stoppers right now, is HSV. He's just finished his stop now. Mr. Wilson.
Jambon has come past Burra. So Jambon leads for the guys that are green to the flag.
Yeah, okay. There you go. Still going to be pretty close between them. Where's Jambon? So he's only just 4 seconds, 5 seconds up the road. So still Jambon as well and Burra, both in very, very strong positions right now.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Yeah, it sure is. It's going to be really interesting to see how this panned out. But considering how close Jambon was, how close Burra was to Footnar, that means Jambon's having an awesome run because he's got 4 seconds now on Burra, so it was 6 seconds now. So he's got real pace tonight. We'll see what happens in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah. Chris Riggs says Vic is our league doctor. He's also helped me with health successfully. He is the man. So you've helped Riggsy out as well with some health advice.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to help everyone with their health issues actually, in terms of overall health, because I believe that will help their racing.
Yeah.
Vic, how many glasses of water should I drink a day? Might as well turn it into an ICR chat.
You're welcome to stick around, Nick.
Alright,
Nick can just sit there and push all the buttons.
Oh, mate, I'm happy to let you guys go for it. It's a lot easier just to produce it rather than commentate and produce, so I'm happy for you guys to go. I can have the next...
I'm going to go for a little break and grab Bev. Vic and Bounty, why don't you call the action for a few minutes?
Yeah, you guys can go. What do we want? We've got Haggis on the screen, ICR. Maybe talk us through a lap, I reckon. He's coming up through Aqua Minerale now. Maybe we give a little critique of the Hagman as he...
I'm good with the names of these corners.
This is Alta. So the right-left chicane.
Haggis is doing well.
Yeah. What are we seeing on the screen, boys? What are we looking for here?
Just trying to work out which screen to look at. We've got like 3 going on.
Just on the main stream. On the main stream.
I see Haggis staying away from the inside chicane.
Yeah.
It's being safe. To the last 2 numbers.
Just trying to tuck into a bit of a draft here.
Still a long way to go, so I think he's just trying to find his rhythm.
He's biding his time.
What are your thoughts on this part of the circuit as they come through Villeneuve now? This sort of flowing, if you like, left-right combination, keeping away from the curves there.
Yeah, minimal steering. You've got to use minimal steering through there and try to eat as much of these hills as you can without bumping those big ones that stick out. But generally, if you're pushing the cars hard enough, you're going to play right over those hills because the cars leaning to the side already.
Your audio is just a little bit low, Vic. Whatever you were on before, you can change it back to that. It's got a little bit low.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, beautiful. That's a lot better.
Cool.
What about you, Bounty, team captain? Can you give us any insight into the Hagman's driving styles? What are your thoughts?
He's actually pretty good. He's taking some nice lines there up the hill. This one was always a bit of a tricky one, especially in the Ferrari. I think this chicane here. Got to stay right off those.
Yeah.
Try and get a good exit here. Try and stick off when it goes. Now, Bentley, I don't know the other guys, but Bentley did struggle under brakes come up to this left-hander. But I think the Ferrari is a lot better under brakes. Taking nice and early. Now this one here, you can actually accelerate nice and early on this to get a good exit.
Yeah, it was crucial to get a good run out of this last corner. And then minimal steering inputs all the way down to the first corner. He's driving nice and smooth, so it's looking good.
Yeah.
The times are almost the same, so he's just hanging in there, waiting for guys to make a mistake.
Yeah, no, he's doing well. Yeah, he's a commentary team favourite. Sort of is our adopted favourite. Obviously, Nige with the ICR connection. He's
Oh, by the way, Nigel's captain too, not me.
Oh, all right. Sorry, my mistake. I elevated you to Captain Bounty, so
It's
that
a
was
co-captain.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I know. I only
take
stepped away for 2 minutes and I lost my job.
But yeah, Hagman's been great. He's always asking questions and wanting to learn, try to understand how the car handles and behaves, and tips for race strategies.
What about Metal Steel? We've spoken sort of a lot about Haggis, and we've spoken a bit about HSV. What about Metal Steel? What insight can you give us about him?
He's good. Him and Haggis are pretty much the most active, one of the most two active guys on the ICR chat, always asking questions and set up tips, so they bounce well off each other.
Yeah. Alright, so it is Footner still out in front. He has his, I'm not going to say arch nemesis, but Kart Dude and Footner, they have clashed a few times. Nürburgring was one of them. I think it was that they had it coming together at Snetterton too. I think there would be at least one more time in there they've come together. So he's P2 right now. Jono Stan is in P3. Andrali P4. Gaza P5. Haggis P6. Jambon Sickles, so he's the highest of the cars that have stopped twice. He's down there in P7. Mr. N. Wilson having a solid run. He's down there in P8. He has to make one more stop though. And it's Burradog in P9 and HSV rounds out the top 10. That was for Riggsy, who's driving right now, so he can't see the screen, but he can hear it. So just giving him and everyone else an update as we're approaching the last 30 minutes in this one. This is season 4, round 9 of Race on Ice. This is the Pro-Am series. We've got a few people in the commentary box tonight. Myself, Nige, we've got Vic Chan and Bounty who've joined us from ICO, and we've been having a good old chat.
Yeah,
It's been good. Thanks, guys.
Relax, enjoy it.
Yep, enjoying this race. My eyes are stuck on the screen.
Yeah. So Vic, what was your fastest lap time last week?
I actually don't remember. I was conserving tyres, as you know. I was saving tyres, so I wasn't pushing. I'm not gonna lie. Like halfway through the race, when I took the lead again and I was building a gap, I was thinking, should I just change tyres? But then the pride got the better of me, and I just stuck to my guns and went the no tyre change.
Nice.
Because it was no secret to River. I already told him that I was gonna do the no tyre change, so
Yeah.
worked out well, thankfully.
Yeah. And you were able to even just put him under a little bit of pressure, even though he was chasing you. You were still able to, which was the most amazing part. Like he had a couple of mistakes there towards the end there. Only small mistakes, but it was enough to prevent him from passing you as well. Really quite fascinating last week to watch.
Yeah, I didn't miss any of my break points. That's why, and I think he was trying to push the pass. So
he was.
You're bound to make an error when you're trying to push. It's one of those things.
Yep. Yeah, no, he was pushing extremely hard, and unfortunately didn't quite come off. But you'll resume hostilities next season, though. Just having a look at the gap here between Footner and Jambon Sickle as Cart Dude. He makes his second stop of the night. So just trying to get... he was one of the drivers that pitted on lap 1. So that's a pretty long stint for him. We're now on lap 35, so it's a long time ago.
Chopper Dog's all over the back of Kamangu at the moment. Oh, sorry, Angry at the moment.
We'll get to that little battle as well. There we go.
Back there.
Your stream might be a little bit behind the live, but what we're looking at, because there's a bit of latency on the old YouTube, but we'll try and work through it. We just can't be too specific. I might be a little bit ahead of you guys as Big Chopper Dog. He is all over the back of Angry Old Fellow, as you pointed out, Bounty. It's just Angry looking a little bit ragged there through Tamburello.
Yeah, he's going to come down to the wire between P&L and BHR.
Yep.
I'm keen to see these results.
Yeah. Big Chopper, he was able to get past Angry Old Fella just as I pulled away. Thought we kind of got the end of it, so he moves up a spot. Now we've got Cart Dude still in there. Haggis he's pitted, so that's his second stop.
Let's see where Jambon comes out from Cart Dude.
Oh, well ahead.
Well ahead?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure who's actually taken tyres. That's what's a little bit confusing. So it looks like Jambon might have made up time to get ahead, but if Footnar's taken tyres, he's setting really good pace. So Footnar's doing lap times in the high 41s.
Wow.
Nice. He's quick.
Well, Haggis has just pitted, so it'll be interesting to see if he comes out in front of Gaz.
Let's have a quick look. Where are you, Haggis?
Hope so.
So and then Gaza, so he's still yet to pit. So Gaza's just coming up to Rivarza. Just trying to get this thing. Yeah, there we go. So coming up to Rivarza now, and Haggis, he's just coming out of Tosa. So it's going to be pretty close between those guys. Just a quick little update though. Drivers that have pitted twice: Jambon Sickle, Burrow, Cart Dude, HSV, Haggis, Pesky One, Metal Steel, Big Chopper, Angry Old Fella, and Kamangu. So we only have 5 drivers remaining who need to make their final stop. Everyone's stopped at least once. So Footner, Jono Stan's still up there. We've barely seen him on the screen, but he is doing a sterling job right now in that Lamborghini. He's out there in P2, so he's just lapped. I think it's a Ferrari, so I think that might be either Metal Steel. I think it would be Haggis. Yeah, he's doing a great job out there. So he needs to pit one more time though. Andrali, he needs to make his final stop. So does Gaz and Mr. N. Wilson. So he's down there in P6 after last round was his worst finishing spot for the season. He's he's having a much better run of it than he did at Laguna Seca last round. I think we got Cart Dude. He's right on the back of Burrow Dog here. They're down in P7, P8. It's the Ferrari up there in the foreground of Mr. N. Wilson as well.
Yeah, high 42s from Cart Dude, and most of the guys around him are into the 43s.
Okay. What's your predictions?
I was going to be under pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your predictions, boys? What are we thinking here? Who's going to take this one?
I think Footnar's looking like the goods.
Yeah.
Yep, Jambon should have second, and maybe Jono.
Yeah, John up at third.
Oh, he's off. Jono's off on the exit of Tosa.
Scrap that.
Down.
Be my old car, dude.
Where are you, Jono? He's going all right. No, he got that going all right.
You're going to get a bollocking from JJ over that one, Vic.
The commentator's curse.
Exactly.
Well, I was just about to say Jono was my pick for for the win. He's all right. He recovered there. All right. It doesn't look like there's any damage on the car. Oh, he's thrown it through Aqua Minerale though.
But they're all close.
Yeah. So how far behind is Jambon? He's just coming through Villeneuve now.
I think he needs at least a 40-second gap, 45-second gap.
All right, we'll have to wait and see. But Burrow Dog's got past. No, I think he was still ahead of. Was he behind Cart Dude? Have they swapped positions?
No, they're badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carter's closing in,
Yeah.
so Burroughs closing in on Wilson, who has yet to make his second stop, and Cart Dude is very close as they head up to Piratella, lap 38.
He'll be sweating.
He had a big look there, Cart Dude, but thought better of it. Mr. N. Wilson is running a little bit wide there. Does need to make another stop, but this is battling for position. So he'll be aware of these guys coming up behind him, approaching pretty quickly. Cart Dude and Burrow took similar lines through there. So it's going to be a race up to Alta.
I have to go defensive here.
Yeah. Follows him through. So this is going to be quite the enthralling battle. We're closing in on the final 20 minutes. This one, 22 and a half minutes to be exact remaining. It's all going to come down the line. We've got a fair bit still to play out in this one. We're going to see an epic battle like we did last week with the one and only Vic Shannon we have on the line. Mr. N. Wilson, he ducks into the pits. I thought that might have been the case for him. So he's only stopped a couple of laps ago. So, 10 laps ago again. Sorry, my mistake. Time is flying by. So 10 laps again. Here we go.
Yep, this is close. Yeah, so Burrow did an awesome job. He just had it right in the middle of the track, and he just, that moment of hesitation for Cart Dude of which way do I go. Oh, and Burrow's a little wide on the exit of Tamburello that time.
Yeah. So we talked about that in the pre-race. That sand on the side of the circuit, it can have the effect of pressing the brake pedal pretty much, so it can penalise you quite severely. Cart Dude starting to look a little bit like he wants to get past. He's sort of running out of patience.
Let's see if Burrow can hold his head here and keep cool. He just has to hit his brake markers and he'll be fine.
Yeah, Cart Dude made a mistake through Piratella as well. So let's just let Burrow get away a little bit there. So he's going to have to make that ground back up again.
So Bentley next season, Vic?
Nope. I've been testing cars in the last few days. Actually, I've been jumping on with the ProAm guys in different cars, testing them out.
Oh yeah, and what are some of the dark horses that have been good around Imola?
Oh man, I'm liking the Aston Martin V12.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, that's a nice car to drive. The NSX isn't so bad. It's nice to drive, but it doesn't have the pace. And I think I'm testing the new Aston Martin X, the V8 one.
Oh yeah.
That's
down
high
to
on the
your
list.
Audi, Vic. We're going to see you in an Audi.
Yeah, I was thinking the Audi. That's probably after the Aston Martin I
That was
test.
my
I'll be
first
testing
season
the
in
Audi.
Audi's awesome fun.
Yeah,
JJ says that he hopes Vic's testing the Jag.
yeah, tested it. It's harder to drive than the Aston Martin V12.
And is there anything wrong with it, Vic? I haven't actually driven the Jag.
It's thirsty, really thirsty, and it's really taily on corner exits. So its acceleration is a bit harder to get out of corners than most cars.
And how much track time for testing to sort out the rear end have you had with it?
I've only maybe 2 hours, but yeah, I couldn't get anywhere near the times of the V12 Aston Martin.
Yeah, okay. Yep. And that was just around here?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, JJ's
I actually jumped in races with some of the ProAm guys when everyone's on. So yesterday I was in the NSX and I saw Footner's speed and I was like, damn, he's quick. He should be racing the pro guys.
Well, he's apparently shifting his work commitments around so he can for next season. So he wants to get up there and race with you guys. So hopefully that can be arranged.
Yeah, he'll be up. He'll be up there at the top end of the pro for sure. Yeah. He doesn't think it, but I can see it in him already. His potential is huge.
Oh, absolutely. And after we finally got to have a good chat with him after one of the races, he races karts real world, and so he's definitely got the mentality as well as the experience. So yeah, it's going to be awesome to have him in pro, and yeah, I don't expect the competition to be any easier next season.
Yeah, it's going to be harder.
All.
Him and Slambo. I know Slambo and another guy, he'll be up there too. He's just had struggles with the Porsche.
We might be lucky to pick him up in the draft.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Any of those two.
Yeah, we did have a we did have a good chat with Footner after the last race, and yeah, he did let us know he spends a lot of time karting. It's like a lot of time. So he really enjoys it. He says that they do sort of he does find it hard to sort of split the time between sim racing and kart. He's in sort of pretty high demand. So those guys likes to go karting. I think he did start off in Gran Turismo as well, and has moved his way across to ACC. He says he's thoroughly enjoying it.
I guess we'll have something in common there, because I was karting a lot before my sim racing as well.
There we go. So he's going to definitely be a challenger for next season. In the meantime, though, right here, right now, he is a mile out in front. So he's just coming through Elton now. Jono Stan, though, absolutely holding his own tonight. He's just come out of Tosa. He's coming up towards Piratella. So Footner, Jono Stan, Andrali and Gaza, they're the final 4 cars to make their final stops. 17 minutes left in this one. This is the season finale of round 4. Season 4. This is round 9, the Pro-Am division. I was going to say, just on the Jag conversation back there, Vic, JJ has full faith in you that if anyone can drive it, you can. So don't close it off, I think, is the message that he's trying to send you there.
Yep, I'll be testing more in the when the practice servers are up.
All right.
For off-season testing.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing what choice you make. In the meantime, the 2 Bentleys, so it's been a very, very Bentley-heavy season. Burra seems to have been able to maintain about a half a second gap over Kart Dude, so that's sort of just maintaining that. It's kind of plateaued there. After that little mistake on the last lap through Piratella, looks like Kart Dude hasn't been able to quite make up that time yet. HSV, he had a good start. He's just coming through Villeneuve now. He's down there in 9th. It's ICR P8 and 9. The teammates down there right now.
HSV actually just let Haggis go through.
Ah, there you go.
Obviously Haggis has got a bit more pace, so he's let him through.
Yep. Alright, so the
Then
Hagman...
you see where Jono drops after his stop.
Yeah.
Close.
I'm just having...
There are a number of boys have just done their quickest lap. Burrow 42.7. Jambon did a 42.9. So there's, I think Gaz and Andrelli haven't taken tyres, so they're in the 44s.
Okay. Just having a look. Jambon, so he's up there P5, so obviously the highest runner of the 2 stoppers, the guys who've done their 2 stops. So he's just coming through Tamburello now. And Footner, he is coming up the front straight, so he has a fair gap between Jambon and Footner. That you'd have to think would be enough to have a pit stop in his pocket right now. He's looking on track to finish what has been an absolutely dominating season. So if you didn't catch the stream earlier on at the start of the race, Nige, why is tonight so historic?
Obviously 4 legends in a party is unheard of. Footner, obviously, to go undefeated in his rookie season with ROOZ would be unprecedented. We've got the potentiality of BHR going back-to-back in the teams championship, which is, of course, unprecedented as well.
Looks like Stu just won the AM1 race, or was about to.
Ah, yep.
Yeah, okay. There you go. That's good to know.
Pat is 3rd. That's looking good for BHR at the moment.
Oh, they start a lot earlier than us tonight, by the sounds of it, if it's almost finished.
Yeah, they only got like 2 minutes left, 2.5 minutes left.
That was cleverly engineered from JJ. So if there are any reports, I don't know if you boys are screening Discord, but if there's any reports from AM2, I think this is going to be pretty close between Jono and Jambon.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see where Jono comes out after his pits.
Well, Jono is just through Aqua Minerale now, and Jambon just out of Tamburello, so that is going to be extremely close. Andrali, he's just coming out of Tosa up to Piratella now, and then Gaz is not far behind him. He's just down the road, car number 111 that you can see on the screen there, bottom right hand corner on the track map. Let's do one more update for Rigsy. So it's Footner, Jono Stan, Andrali, Gaza, Jambon Sickle, Burrow in 6th, 7th is Cart Dude, 8th is Haggis, 9th is HSV, and 10th is Pesky. So that's for Rigsy and for everyone else as well. But yeah, that's for his drive right there. Boys, we've got another guest coming in very shortly, a special guest. So we got to build.
Is it the Hagman?
It is not the Hag. We want to get the Hagman on. The Hagman, we need to get him on. We need to get him a podium. We're doing the podium interviews, so...
Hagman can do anything.
Yeah, well, he needs to do a podium so we can get him on. That would be... I think that would be a dream come true for me and Nigel. I feel comfortable enough to speak for Nigel on that one. But, yeah. But boys, thank you so much for coming along and giving us some of your time. Really appreciated having some company in the commentary box tonight. But yeah, thank you very much. We've really
Thanks
appreciated
for having
it.
me, guys. Thanks for the stream.
Absolute pleasure.
Great job.
Yeah, no worries.
I'll take donations in $5.
I was going to say, Vic's been fixing people up medically. He should be sending invoices. So, yeah.
That's it. Well, you can all buy me a coffee on my website, The Podium.
All right. There we go. All right. Nice. Good plug. Cool.
Will do.
Thanks, lads.
All right,
Cheers,
fellas.
guys. Night, Bounty.
See you, mate.
See you, boys.
Bye.
See you guys. Thanks, boys.
All right. So, championship will come down to the result of AM2 is the message from JJ right now as we're approaching the final 11 minutes and change in this one. It is the season finale. This is a battle between Cart Dude and Burrow still going on now. It's about the 4th and 5th lap they've spent behind each other. Just having a look. We've got to work it out, Nige, before our next guest arrives. Andrali, he's yet to stop in P3. Gaza, he's in P4. He hasn't stopped either. Andrali's got Kamangu right behind him. Kamangu's down in P15. So he's just being lapped right now. So these 4 cars need to still stop before this one is done. But it is looking very likely the man who's dominated all season, the green BHR Bentley of Footner, is well out in the lead. And I think, Nige, do we have our next guest?
We certainly do. So this man has real world experience. He's been a teams championship with the boys at ICR in season 2. Now the captain of the SAR crew and the one and only K-Man. How's it going, dude?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Nige. Nick, we've got a bit going on at the minute.
Yes,
sure do.
We've got your... Here we go. You've come at the perfect time. Cart Dude has got Burrow Dog in his sights right now. So these two Bentleys have been going at it for the last few laps. What's been your thoughts on the race so far, K-Man?
Oh, look, firstly, you've got to congratulate Footner and his absolute speed and consistency. Card Dude was a little bit unlucky in turn 2. A bit of a coming together there with Jono Stan, which obviously pushed him on the grass and I think back into about 12th or 14th position. So to come back and be fighting for obviously what appears to be probably third place on the podium, I would think at this point in time, is a good recovery. But geez, you got to give it to Burrow too. He's going hard.
Yeah, well, both these guys, Burrow and Cart Dude. Oh, looks like Cart Dude made a little mistake there through Aqua Minerale, but they've been going at it hammer and tongue throughout the entire race. Give us a little bit of a rundown. So we've got Kart Dude from Selby Acoustics. He's not the only representative tonight, is he? Surely not.
No, he wasn't. He's not. Unfortunately, Branchy injured his back, so he was unable to run. We had both NZ Robbo and Bones Lightning in there. I'm not sure exactly what happened to NZ Robbo, but Bones disconnected.
Right.
He stayed in the chat. He saw a couple of cars fly into the air in front of him, and then all of a sudden he got the disconnected.
Okay. Yep.
Came across his screen, so that was a bit unfortunate for Bones. Both he and NZ Robbo have done a pretty stellar job, I think, given that they are sort of AM2 drivers that have stepped up from a points perspective into the team to try to gather some more points for us, which was important. So, it's just unfortunate. We've just got the lone one car there, and it looks to me do I see correctly that this is getting even more interesting? And has he got him?
Oh, here we
That's
go.
the question.
Side by side up through Piratella. He's got the inside line.
No.
Not quite. So, here we go. He might have it. He does. So he's able to get past him. Beautiful. Nice work from Kart Dude. He was looking quite racy behind him. He lost a little bit of time a couple of laps ago, but he's made that up. So he's moved himself up into P6 with 7 minutes remaining. We've got we've got K-Man. Too many Ks. Joining us. Trying to get it all out. Do we have another guest as well, Nige? Do we have someone else jump in here as well?
Yeah, we absolutely do. Yep, and something different. We've got an S-Man in the room, Slambo. How's it going, dude?
Yeah, how's it, mate? Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, hey, Slambo.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, mate, good. As this race, closes to an end, geez, there's not a lot of gap between Jambon. Jambon may have made an error on that last lap just by looking at his lap time, I think.
Well, quick shout out needs to go to Jambon Sickle because I believe it's if Axel Hammerfoot has got it correct, I think it might be Jambon's birthday today. So that'd be a nice birthday present. I'll have to confirm it, but according to the chat, according to Axel, he's a pretty reliable source, that it is Jambon's birthday. So happy birthday to him. But he is, losing a little bit of ground to Kart Dude and Burrow Dog as we're closing in the final 6 minutes. What's going on with these guys at the top? The top four all need to pit still. Footner, Jono, Stan, Andrali and Gaza. They need to complete their final stops before this one's out. So podium's still not decided as of yet.
So Slambo, what's the BHR insight into the three boys out front that haven't stopped yet?
Yeah, well, you probably know as much as I do, just by watching it. That's yeah, look like they're doing pretty well, especially Footner. So yeah, Jono could be up there too.
Yeah, I think K-Man's right. Jammon's had a very slow lap. Last one was a 47, so this could be looking really good for Jono.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, so it's going to be the last 5 minutes. So Jambon right in his sights now. So that three Bentleys all very close to one another. So they come up the front straight again. So we're T-minus 5 minutes from this one being finished. But just waiting on those four cars at the front. So the two BHRs of Footner and Jono Stan. And then Andrali, he's having a cracking race as well. And Gaza, it's a BHR 1-2-4 right now. Whether it will finish like that would be, we'll have to wait and see. But Slambo, how's your season gone? I think you took a race victory not too long ago. How's it gone for you this season?
It's been a bit of a roller coaster, really, with those 4 disconnects, a couple of wins and a third.
Yep.
Yeah, the disconnects were a real disappointment. Like, it was running top 5 most of those races. So.
Yep. So Footner has finally made his stop. He's coming out of the pits now. Jono Stan has gone through in the lead. Andrali, he's too far back. And then Gaza as well. So Footner, he's going to give chase to Jono Stan, but he's the man who we were just waiting on earlier. And then Jono Stan, he's in the lead now, so he has to still pit. So tell us about the disconnections. Is that common for you, sort of just internet connection issues, or what was the scenario?
Yeah, I've always had pretty crap internet, but I have bought a new router which has been pretty good with no disconnects since, so we'll see next season.
And you're one of very... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, dude. I was just going to say I didn't realise that you'd had 4 disconnects, Lambo. So BHA would have been cruising it even more if you hadn't have suffered from those mechanicals.
Yeah. Frustrating.
And you're one of... Oh, sorry. Go, Nige.
Thanks, Nick. Dude, I just wanted to ask you about the Porsche. Like, you've obviously... Alton was obviously probably the highlight in terms of outright pace, and Laguna, of course. But is it really just top-line speed that you think it struggles at other tracks, or are there other issues?
Yeah, well, me and Ads have been working all season on a good setup. We found something that sort of works with most tracks, but it requires a lot of downforce, so... You take that away and you lose the goodness it has around brakes and corners and that. It's been fun to drive though.
Oh, it's an awesome car, no doubt. Yeah. The way it rotates and it's always exciting.
I might be in it again next season just because I enjoy driving it.
Nice.
And how about you, K-Man? What are you looking at driving for next season?
I'm not too sure. I've actually sat my behind in 3 cars so far: the Honda, the Aston, and the Porsche. So I've had a bit of a play. Not a lot of laps. Nothing too serious, just to get a bit of a basic feel for the cars. But look, I think we'll wait and see what the track lineup is maybe. And again for me, I think if running up in the ProAm, mate, I never expect to win any of these races unless the top 10 fall off. But I might run something that like the Honda that we know is not good at a lot of tracks, but just for something different. I like to drive something a bit different.
Well, something a bit different is happening right now as we speak. So Footner has retaken the lead. Jono Stan made his stop, and then Gaza made his stop as well. So Jono's in P2, but have a look at this. Cart Dude and Jambon Sickle going through Villeneuve almost side by side. This is for the final podium position. I think it would be only fitting for Cart Dude to finally get that to get back on the podium, although take nothing away from Jambon Sickle as well. He's put in a cracking effort. So these two are going to battle it out for the last 45 seconds of this one. Time's absolutely flown by. I'm just having a look where Footner is. This is more than likely, this will definitely be the final lap as he's just about to cross the line. So we'll just wait for Klaus to give us the, there it is, on the final lap. So these boys have about a lap and a half to race this one to the end. But Jono Stan, he's just up ahead of these guys as well. So he won't want to make any mistakes. It will be extremely costly. There he is, and there's the other two giving chase in the background, but it's Footner. He's cruising out in front. He's looking at dead cert to take this one, but the battle for P3 is still on between these two Bentleys. There we go, we've gone 000. So these guys are just coming around Rivatsa 2. Just keeping an eye on Footner, so he's come out of tow, so he's approaching Piratella now. So he's got a nice clear run ahead of him. But these two boys have one more lap to decide who gets on to the final step of the podium. What's it going to be, Slambo and K-Man? Who's going to get it here?
The Cart Dude looks racy. Just depends if he can make a move.
Yeah, that's the big call. Can he make a move? Hopefully he doesn't do what I did last week in the second last corner behind Bounty, and keeps it on the track at least. But as I say, it's a good recovery, regardless for Cart Dude. As I said, he was back in P12 or P14, not too sure, after the coming together with Jono Stan. So he should be happy with that. And Jambon's, driven a great race. So fingers crossed, guys, it doesn't get messy.
All right, well, here comes the Footnote, flashing the lights, cruising along the front straight. Congratulations. He takes out round 9 like he's taken every other round. Congratulations to him. Absolutely dominating performance this season. Jono Stan's looking to take home a very solid second. I tipped him for a roughie to win. Got pretty close, I reckon. I got a place at least. But here we go, Kart Dude. He's only got a handful of corners left to get past that Bentley of Jambon Sickle. Can he hang on for an absolutely cracking
looks
birthday
like he's
present?
got it covered, guys. Looks like Jambon's got it covered. 2 corners to go.
We'll see. Rule number 1 of commentary, make it interesting to the end, K-Man. You're killing me here. All right. So, we got to keep him excited to the end. Here we go, round Ravata 2. So he's got the front straight. Can he get a little toe behind him? Not looking likely at this stage. They're going to race to the line. And Jambon is going to take it home for P3 for P&L. That's good for the championship. Kart Dude, a very, very
Well
solid
done.
4th. Yeah, well done him. Borough comes home in a very well-deserved P5 for GRT. Good job for him. Have a look at this, man. It's everyone's favourite. It's our favourite. It's the Hagman. He's coming home in P7th. So this is where he finished last round as well. So a good, solid finishing position for the Hagman and ICR as well. But just having a look at P&L, they've got P3 wrapped up. They've got Pesky in P10 as well. Big Chopper Dog in P11. So the championship is still yet to be decided. Andrali comes home in P7. So that's his 3rd best finish for the season. Well done to him. Gaza for BHR. He's there's HSV into the wall there. But that is the... there's HSV flying across the circuit. But Gaza, HSV, Pesky, Big Chopper Dog, Mr. N. Wilson, Metal Steel, Angry Old Fella, Kamangu, and then we had DNFs from Bones, New Zealand Robbo, and Someone Awesome. But once again, congratulations to BHR driver Footner. Absolutely dominating performance once again. Well done to him. Jono Stan as well. And Jambon Sickle. So it ended up being a BHR 1-2, boys.
Dominant from Footner.
Yeah, superb effort from him. You good to organise the post-race interviews, Nige?
Yep, I'm on it.
Great. And I guess what were your thoughts on the race?
Oh, look, I think, the race, again, another good display from all the drivers. I think there's been a massive amount of improvement in the league this year, as an overall comment. And I think in closing, I want to thank all the drivers that have had a crack, and got amongst it and learnt and improved. I want to thank, JJ, for the effort that he puts in, day out, the captains, and, to yourself, Nick and Nige, Adman as well, and anybody else that streams and does the commentary, for our league. It's very important. And the old Juzzy, the cookie crusher. Just well done to everybody, and bring on season 5.
Yeah, can't wait. What about you, Slambo? You got anyone you wanted to thank, or any words while Nige is organising those interviews?
Yeah, it's just been awesome being in BHR this season. Just the whole team, they all get together, help each other with setups and all that. I'd like to stay for another season. We'll see.
I think we'd be glad to have you as well. So there's not many Porsches out there, so it's good to have a bit of diversity on the grid as well.
Yeah, well, that was the plan. Shoot something a bit different.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for joining us, fellas. Really appreciated that. We had guests all the way through that 90 minutes. That was fantastic. But
No problem, gents.
Good luck for next season. Thanks for the kind words as well for everyone as well, K-Man. Very well spoken, so much appreciated. Enjoy the rest of your nights, guys. Congratulations on Season 4. Look forward to seeing you out on the track in Season 5.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Cheers.
mate. See you, guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. That was great to get Slambo and K-Man stopping by, but we've got Footner and Jono in the house.
Here we go. You want to? Do you want to take us away, Nige?
Who have we got? Jono, Footnar, you got your mics on, boys?
Yeah, mate, I'm
Hey,
here. Loud and
fellas,
clear.
how are we?
No, both of them. Sweet. Wow, Footnar, mate, another fantastic race. How was it from your perspective?
Oh, mate, I don't know the guy that just rocked up, but I'm happy to have him here. Just setting PB, just setting PB after PB. I was just on a mission that felt, that I hadn't felt that comfortable in the car before. That was sensational.
Nice. It's the Bentley's obviously had a really good pace around here, but so's the Lambo. Jono, how was your deal?
Oh, I'm pretty happy with that. No, I probably should declare myself the moral winner of that race, as Footnote, I think, was in a completely different league to everyone else. Unbelievable. I did a PB of a 42.6, and he's doing that on average. So, yep, you're on top of it, mate.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. The car felt fantastic around here. I love this bloody track. So I wanted to do that. Wanted to do well here.
I bet. And you boys obviously took tyres so that you could pump in really good times in the second half of the race.
Yeah, I had two strategies on the fly, one with, one without tyre. Just I was depending on where I was going to be seated, who was near me, and with the little bit of a lead I was working on, decided to take tyre and just push.
Nice. Jono Stan, so I picked you for this race win. So you were my pick at the beginning. I think I got pretty good. Close enough's good enough in my book. So you got P2. Tell us about your arrive and drive style, because that's kind of the word on the street. That's kind of your style. You did take home a race victory this season as well. It was round 4, Snedden race 2. Just give us a bit of insight. How do you do it, mate? Like, what's going through the mind of Jono Stan when you like to race?
I just don't like practicing. I find it really boring and anemic.
Yeah.
I just like, race, see how we go. But for this one, I thought, I like the track too much. So
yeah.
Well, I had a quick practice run last night, and the car really dropped off the pace massively at the end.
Okay.
I think maybe the tyre pressures were just a bit too low. So I put new tyres on it. I think it was the half an hour mark.
Yeah.
And they really dropped off at the end. So I was always going to change tyres at the halfway point and do a splash and dash at the end, and it was a little bit tighter than I thought it was going to be, but yeah, I was really happy to come out in second, about 5 seconds in front of Jambo.
Yeah,
so pretty stoked with that.
Jambon had an incident. I didn't see it. I'm not sure everyone else did, but he had a lap time 47 for one lap. Just before those final stops. So I think that was probably what made the difference.
Yeah. And Footnote, mate. So have you worked it out with work yet? You're definitely going to be able to race pro next season.
Yeah, it's not quite work, but it's all voluntary. None of it's paid. But
okay.
I spoke to the boys and said, look, I'm going to need to swap, and they're like, yeah. And then having the chat with JJ, he's like, well, I haven't set the season yet.
Yep.
I'm like, that's all right. I've already broken the ice. The conversation's been had. They're happy to accommodate.
Right.
Yeah, they just want a date. So. I guess it's time for a reality check.
Well, we had Vic Chan on the stream tonight. We had a plethora of guests actually, but yeah, Vic Chan got on. He said he was keen to see you on the track, and he thought that you'd provide him some really strong competition. So you've got people eagerly awaiting your arrival. So it would definitely be greeted with a lot of enthusiasm.
Oh, I'm going to have to work even harder now to try and not make a dickhead of myself.
Nah, well, if this season's anything to go by, you should be able to hold your own pretty well. And Mr. Jono Stan, you're staying on for season 5, I take it?
As long as Imola's all 9 rounds, yes. I'll definitely be back this game. It's the best driving game on the console, so absolutely, I'll be back. Sure.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with those. Lamborghini next season again, or do something else?
Well, I'll have to see which car uses a bit less fuel than the Lamborghini. I think I had to put in about 25 litres more than the Bentley. So, we'll see what happens. I just love that sound of the Lambo too much.
Yeah. It is a brilliant sounding car. All right.
And
go, Nige.
Jono, have you actually driven anything else?
I do occasionally when I come on for a bit of fun. I do enter multiplayer lobbies, that the casual ones that are up. I try a different car each race. So I like the Lexus, the 2 Aston Martins, even the Nissan's all right. So
Okay, that'd mix it up a bit.
the Ferrari's too easy. I'm not a fan of that car.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Cameron? Have you given any thought to that yet?
No, I've only ever driven the Bentley. I was new to the game this season.
Yeah.
Had to rush some prac in before race 1, so I've just stuck to what I know, and all the time I do get, I try to put laps in around the relevant tracks in the Bentley.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Well, guys, congratulations, P1, P2 tonight. Do you have anyone you wanted to give a shout out to before we wrap it up?
Definitely. I owe a lot of people thanks for this. I wouldn't be here without Gaz. First and foremost, he convinced me to download the game and come and race. So thanks for believing in me, Gaz, and giving me a seat. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here with BHR, and of course all the BHR brothers, JJ and everyone behind the scenes for running the league. Andrelli, Kamangu, Bounty, you guys especially. You guys are legends for streaming it. I love tuning in. It's sensational. And Vic for his setups. Would not have been here without Vic, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Jono? Might be struggling with his microphone there a little bit. Are you there, Jono?
So I was on mute. Mute again.
Gotcha.
Same as Cameron, but also kudos for actually making a racing game on PS1 that's actually fun to play.
Love it. Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. Cracking effort tonight. Cameron, absolutely dominating performance all season. So well done and congratulations to you. And Jono Stan, we absolutely always love watching you race, and I really admire the arrive and drive style. I love it. So looking forward to seeing what comes of season 5.
See what happens. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers.
See you guys.
Cheers, boys.
All right. I think. Did we have Jambon Sickle on the line at all, Nige?
No, unfortunately, I didn't have him on my list, and I've chucked out a friend request.
Okay.
Hang on. Is he? Look, we've got JJ in the house. Let me see if I can get Jambon.
All right. We'll wait for him.
But JJ is in the party right now.
Mr. JJ Penguin, do we have you?
Yes, I am here, boys. How are we?
We're good. How are you?
Yeah, well, I'm catching my own breath. I wasn't able to do the stream tonight, unfortunately. But I've gone through and did a quick table of the results. And I cannot say a word.
That close.
It is ridiculously close.
Oh,
we will have to wait for the official results.
Wow.
Before we can say anything about it. So, as the three of us had previously spoken about, we will be doing a live stream of all the results, and then that is when it will be made official. I've already spoken to Bounty and Andrelli to basically say, don't you dare tell anyone what the results are. So it will be announced at a later date. That is how tight it has gotten.
Wow.
And, you look at... what's amazing, it's come down to the results of guys, gaining an extra position in, outside the top 10 of, AM2.
Wow.
That kind of thing.
Incredible.
So, there was action the whole way through in each of the races. So I can't thank the people here for the entertainment that we're creating in this and giving us something to actually broadcast that we can actually be really proud of the racing that we've got. Thank you to Nick for all you've done, getting these broadcasts up and going. Thank you to Nige for your assistance as a captain, assisting Nick in the comms box, the package you guys are putting together, and you two have gelled really well, and it's quite entertaining what you guys put together. Thank you to all the captains. Thank you to you guys last week, and I'll be chatting to you guys again tomorrow night as we get set into the next season. Thank you to guys like Bounty for the tables, Andrelli and Mango for your replays and footage and content for the live streams and the YouTube. Thank you to all the guys that rock up each week. We're not here unless you guys are here, and the way you guys front up and drive at a high standard. Everyone has lifted for this season. It's going to go happen again for the next season, which really, the pro race for next season is 3 weeks away.
Right.
So,
quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, it will be a quick turnaround. We're not going to rest. Draft amendments to the rules are sitting with the captains. We've got amendments to be done to the Discord. We've got changes to some of the processes for next season, and lots of discussions amongst everyone about improving the place, and so many people being proactive that it's really motivating to get stuck in and put something really special together. So look, I can't wait.
That's awesome. Awesome to hear, JJ. Mate, stick around. We do want to definitely hear a bit more, but we do have Jambon in the room, Nick.
Jambon.
Hey, guys.
Hey, mate. Rumour is it's your birthday today. Is that correct?
Oh, well, no, it's not actually.
I cannot tell you how disappointed I am to hear that.
I'm so sorry. No, no, it's not. But still happy with the third though.
Yeah, congratulations, man. It was a really solid effort from you tonight. Started P3 and finished P3. That's your second podium of the season. Second podium in 3 races. Give us how was it for you? Walk us through it. We didn't see too much on the screen. You had a little mistake there, maybe towards the end. It made it a little bit closer between you and Cart Dude at the end there.
Yeah, no, just the endurance race got to me a bit for the last 6 minutes. I just sort of lost focus for a bit and hit a bit of a sausage curb and lost about 4 seconds or so, which might have been a second place. So it's a tough race going for an hour and a half. So hard to stay focused. So, but yeah, got there in the end. I'm just glad it was a pretty solid race. I think that's the only issue that I had. So yeah, those boys are quick, and Footnar, congratulations on just smashing it. Really, he's so quick that dude. He's great, but yeah, it's been a good season. It's my first sort of season racing. So
awesome.
Come a long way, I think. So.
Well, you've done really well, man. Your worst finishing position was 15th at Snedden race 1. You didn't race a lot. Yeah, it's a personal. From a commentary perspective, it's one of my favourites, but from a racing perspective, it's hard. But other than that, it was 6th in round 2. It was 5th at Snedden race 2. Then where are you? Then you didn't race for a couple of races. Then it was 3rd at Monza. 6th at Laguna Seca and 3rd at third tonight. So really, really solid effort. And what was the reason for missing those couple of races?
Oh, unfortunately, I'm a shift worker, so it's not. Right. Just hit and miss of when I'm able to work. So, and race. So. Yeah, unfortunately, I probably won't be able to do all the races every season, but yeah, I'll give it a good crack when I'm here. So,
well, when you are racing, you're up there. Hey, you enjoy the Porsche Cup?
Oh yeah, it's good fun. They're absolute crazy things to drive. The consistency is real hard, but yeah, learning a lot of car control through them as well. I think it's really helped the racing in the GT3 series. So. It's been very good for me because, I've only been playing sort of Assetto Corsa this season. I just got a wheel this year. So, it's been a steep learning curve, but I'm getting there, I think, with the help of the boys as well in P&L. They've just been absolutely fantastic. And really everyone in the league has been great, and they're great racers, and everyone helps you out. Even that aren't on your team, so that's really helpful. So
anyone
everyone really.
Anyone you want to give a shout out to while we've got you?
Burrow Dog's been helping me out a little bit, but yeah, huge thanks to the P&L boys, Morgo and Eagle, just giving me setups and getting me faster, and yeah, big thanks to JJ and you boys as well for doing what you do, and yeah, JJ does a heap of work, of course, so yeah, does a really good job, so it's a fantastic league to be in, I think.
Yeah.
Looking forward to next season.
All right, fantastic. Well, congratulations, mate. Very well deserved P3, and yeah, on to next season. We'll see you again for season 5.
Cheers, guys. Thanks very much.
Thanks, mate.
Thank
Bye.
you for your comments, Jambon.
All right, JJ, is there anything else you wanted to share with us about season 5 or this season or anything else?
Track
Well, I
list.
got the dates
Track
wrong, so it is
list.
actually it is actually 4 weeks until we do start. So there is a lot.
Okay.
So we'll go back to 5 rounds. There will be a wet round, a sprint round, and the enduro round. The list of tracks that we're choosing from, so the captains will have input in what tracks we'll go with. Any track that we've raced in the last 5 rounds, we will immediately discard. So any track that we've been on before that, we'll pick from.
John O'Stan just started crying.
He did.
If he did some more practice, he wouldn't be crying as much. Yeah, look, well done tonight, Jono. That was really, really good to see up on the podium. So a couple of things for next season. There's a lot of discussion that is going to happen with the captains over the next week, while we finalise some of the details. Changes to things like the car you can drive. It hasn't been. I've made whispers about it, about the fact that you can't drive the car that you drove this season, mainly to change it up, because there is some people that have driven the exact same car in every single race we've done. It's have a bit of a change up. Things around car liveries, have a little bit more freedom amongst the drivers to change their car livery, but stick with the team colour and the team numbering, mainly to make it easier to follow for the broadcasts. There will be a driver draft that will be happening, but more to even up the teams that we've got, because we've got people moving on and new people coming in, so there will need to be some movement amongst the teams. Even them up. I think anyone looking at a team like BHR, when you've got River, Slambo, Footner, Adman, Stu,
Gaz.
Gaz, you go, well, sorry boys, but we're need to even the competition up a little bit. And here's a bit of an insight. There's 14 guys that are going to be going around again from GRT, and only 6 from SAR. So fortunately, we do need to even up the competition. What I will say is that every single team has similar relationships amongst the group. So you build a friendship, you build a relationship with the people in your teams. That is the same with every single team. So just because you've raced against people in a different team does not mean that when you actually go and have a chat with them about racing, you'll gain a different relationship with someone else, and you'll build on that. And I think that's the strength of our league, is that we do have this opportunity for people to interact, talk about racing, talk about setups, strategies with someone completely different that you wouldn't normally associate with. So that is the positive out of all of this. So if there is a bit of movement amongst teams, there's the positive from it, is that you will make a new friend with someone you would not have spoken to otherwise.
Yeah, you get it from a different perspective as well, and this opportunity to sort of branch out and connect and network, if you like. So I like that idea. So
look, I'm really looking forward to to the next month, getting stuck into it. There's a fair bit of work to be done for round one. That's including with yourself, Nick, and Nige, trying to improve the broadcasts and build on what we've already got. And the podcast that you're going to be bringing out, which I'm very excited to listen to when it does come out.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. It's coming. It's coming. Hopefully next week. That's the plan. So I've got to contact my guests, but I think they'll be more than willing. But I'm excited for that. I'm super excited for that. That's going to be really good. So yeah, a little teaser there.
It is a little teaser. Yeah. It was going to come out at some point.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I know you probably wanted to break the ice on that one and make the announcement yourself.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I may be precious about some things. I'm definitely not precious about that. So no, that's cool. No, it's good. I just want to get it locked in to get it all done. So no, we're good though. We're good. It's going to be really good. I'm looking forward to it.
And the other thing we need to organise is a date to do the broadcast for the winners and hand out the trophies.
Yep. Well, we can discuss that off air. But we'll wrap this one up now. So everyone else has done their thank yous tonight. I'm going to do my thank yous because it's been phenomenal. It was very serendipitous that I was able to commentate in this league, and extremely thankful for it. I've had an absolute blast. It's been so much fun. Big shout out to Juzzy, who commentated with me for a few races at the beginning there. Nige, absolutely loved having you on board, mate. I think we're a great team. And we put on a great show. So thank you to you guys. JJ, thank you so much for the opportunity. I really, I can't tell you how thankful for it I am. It's been phenomenal. So thank you so much. Big shout out to Andrali, who sends me through results and everything else every week. So massive shout out to him. Thank you, Andrali, for all the work that you do, all the awesome graphics that you make. Thank you, Kamangu. I love watching the video every week. I've shown friends of that video, and they're like, how much did you pay that guy to do it? I said he did it for free because he loves us. But thank you so much to Kamangu. Thanks to all the guys who joined us tonight as well. So Bounty was in here, who also does the standings as well. So absolutely phenomenal effort from him. And I think that pretty much covers everyone. Can't wait to get Season 5 underway. And, looking to improve the league in whichever way I can help it. Hopefully the streams just get better and better every week. Cool.
Well said, Nick, and you too, JJ. It's a privilege to work with both of you on and off the air. And, exactly. Onwards and upwards.
Cool. All right, well, that is Season 4. It is in the books. The books need to be balanced, though, to work out championship standings, so that will be done very, very shortly. But as far as the racing goes, it's all done on the track. All 9 rounds are done and dusted, Pro and ProAm. Also, big shout out to our viewers as well. You guys have been awesome, so love the interaction. It's pretty much the one league that I get the most interaction out of. My Tuesday nights, I really look forward to Tuesday nights because I get to do this and get to interact with everyone in the league. Thanks for everyone who's ever given good feedback as well. Absolutely loved it. So you guys have been phenomenal as well. I know we don't talk about you all the time, but we try to do our best. So thank you very much for that. All right, I've talked enough. We've all talked enough. I think it's time for a rest. So let's wrap up Season 4 in the books. We're going to find out who won the championship shortly. But in the meantime, thank you to everyone. Take it easy. Take care of yourself. We'll see you for Season 5. But in the meantime, stay safe. Be good.